as usual, we've got the rest of the Motley Hammer crew with us. We've got Stick, we've got Chris, and over there in the far distant corner, the voice of doom, we've got Mr. Underwood. Hello everybody, how are you all?
Well. Living the dream.
Living the dream, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be living the dream after this when we indeed...
A nightmare is what it's going to be.
So yes, it's the third and final part, I believe, of Nick's little Viking game for us, and yeah, it's going to be a bit grim, I think.
It's a bit grim up north.
A bit grim. I'm feeling it's going to end here really in a good place for not us.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get butchered. So Nick, can you just give everybody a little quick recap, please?
Well, do we talk about Chris's murder? No, we'll gloss over some of the stupid things people have done. Basically...
Well, no, I thought that was the highlights, because we've only had two. Parker and Chris. It's you or me, Sticks. You or me on this one.
In episode 1, our glorious heroes attempted to deliver the king's daughter all the way down to almost to Constantinople to marry her betrothed, only for somebody to fail spectacularly at the end there and her to be murdered. They then stayed down, basically skirmishing against the might of the Byzantine Empire. Then they found out that whilst they'd gone, their kingdom had almost literally gone down the toilet. The king has killed himself in penance for murdering the priest when he was in a bad mood. His oldest son has been almost certainly assassinated by his third son. His third son-in-law, who's married to his oldest daughter. They then basically, it's all a lot of shenanigans. The team have then attempted to rescue the second son.
Which we did, I believe.
Which they did do actually successfully, only involving a small amount of murdering passers-by by somebody.
Who was the murderer? Well, my arm stretched really far then.
In our keeping with the historical moment, they have now come up against the forces of Charlemagne, and they've sort of vaguely successfully rescued a Saxon lord as well as their potential new king.
That's right, yeah, we did, didn't we?
And where we'd left it was the successful murderer of the small girl was really, really badly injured. And everybody has now got to go back upriver to Frisia to talk to Hrothgar, who's married to the Queen of Frisia. Then to go and see his nephew, who's the third Hrothgar, who is the rightful heir to the throne, who is an infant in Upper Saxony. And then from there on, they are then going to go and find out how their families have got on with all the Danes invading. The country, their home country, is in flames at the moment. There's lots of raids. And just to give you a bit of a theme for how the raids are going, before we actually start with them playing, we're going to do a little sort of vignette about what is happening to potentially one of their manors, with them playing just a little role here against
he's given us a little card and it's got a little bit of info on it, and these are the characters we're playing just for this little starting bit. You are one twisted puppy.
Do you want to describe and just say what you are and just give us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Gisla. I'm a female, I believe, yes, house slave. I work in the kitchens mostly. Life is okay. I'm quite happy in my job actually. It's a nice little job to do.
Do we let him go last?
Yeah, I think that one needs to go last.
Okay, I'm Bardor. You know, I help around the house. I entertain the younger relatives with the stories of good old glory days. I drink and I sleep.
He's the old man.
I'm Croc, 24, a field slave. Got sold for gold to pay off the person's debts. It's okay here. I am Marita. I am summers old. This many summers old. I have my corn dolly is Beta, and she is my favourite.
So in essence, Bob is playing an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am this many old. When's dinner?
When I cook it.
Agni, the mother of the household, is happy because, well, she's not happy, but although the Lord's away and things aren't as good here, there is one of the trusted younger guys is out keeping an eye on the sea, making sure we don't get raided, so we should get plenty of warning because obviously, you know, if any Danes do come, we want plenty of time to go run away and hide. So there's plenty of warning. And you're all carrying out your household chores. Some of you are working, some of you are not working, depending on whether you're a member of the house or you're a slave.
I am playing in the street.
God damn sharp the grandkid.
You love the grandkid. She's your favourite grandkid.
Yeah, but she just makes so much noise.
Look, I found a thing! There's a rock shaped like a willy!
Yeah, I know.
Look, you made this happen.
Something.
It's all your fault.
There's something just gets thrown over a fence, and it just bounces. There's a sort of little wooden fence you got, not heavy stockade. It just bounces to a halt in the middle of the middle of where you're playing, and you're like,
What's the thingy?
that looks a bit like my older brother, who was the one watching out to make sure nobody was coming. Only it's not all of him. It's only like the top 6 inches of him. And then you hear a lot of noise outside. There's lots of screaming, chanting, people smashing weapons against shields, sounds of people kicking in palisade fences, those sort of noises, and lots of sounds of violent men approaching violently.
What's going on?
Your surviving brother rushes off and gets his sword. He's a good 3 years older than you, and he's sworn to defend the household. It's not a very big sword, but he gets his sword. He goes, "Don't worry, I'll look after you."
Okay.
Where's the lady of the house?
She's running to get some knife. She's getting her big
What should we do?
well, you've got 2 choices, love. You fight or you die. And then these blokes start charging towards you, going, wailing axes over their shoulders, screaming, laughing. Quite a lot of them are laughing. There's some uproar. They seem good, jolly mood, these guys.
Where's the little one?
She's standing behind the little boy.
Yeah, I go and get the spear that I've got and come out to sort of protect the kids. I know he's a fighter, but it's like he helping protect his little sister.
Okay.
Stab him in the face, brother!
He will try to. You can give me a roll as well. Chris, being heroic, standing up there. He has actually hit successfully.
I've got 1.
You got your
Yeah,
shield.
no, one is good. One is good, remember.
Yeah, I know, but
Your
it's-
shield up. Oh.
To be honest, they're not actually. You will get a free hit because they're so unconcerned by your fact that, and they're having a laugh. They seem to be a bit drunk. There's certainly not a lot of discipline, and they're just charging and screaming and laughing.
So, damage roll.
Yep, do you damage?
That's when you don't want ones. I got exactly 4 with my
74 with your damage. It skids off his leather armour. The boy does actually, you're very proud of him, he does do what Daddy showed him, and he steps to the side and he lunges with the sword, and the sword does actually go in a good sort of inch into the bloke's, through the armour, into the bloke's side. And the bloke looks down and he goes, "You little fucker."
I'm using that.
And cleaves him in twain.
And it does hit him. Yeah, just smacks him down with his axe, and the boy just falls on the ground. He's not moving.
Okay.
Attack back against you. You can roll defence here.
Okay. Oh, now I get 18.
Okay. He hits you.
And I've got...
He does 15 points of damage.
Oh!
That's going to be enough to take you out, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's unconscious. I'm still alive, but...
Good for you. Good for you. That will help you a lot in the long run. Yeah, basically this guy just cleaves into you with his axe, and the little bit of resistance, the first line of resistance is
Stab the man who killed my brother.
okay. Stab the man who killed your brother. Go on, give me a roll.
Oh, this would be so good if
Give me a roll.
Yeah.
Missed.
Fancy that. He's just going to backhand you. Yeah. Smack. I think you'll fall asleep.
I've got 8 hit points.
He's backhanded you. Right. This is what you do when you're a big strong man and you're trying to subdue a smaller person. You backhand
They
them.
run spear through.
No, you don't need to run the spear through them. You can just hit them, and because you're a great big strapping Viking and they're fairly little, you can actually knock them out.
I'm running at him. I'm running at him with my little potato peeling knife.
Oh. I was expecting a ladle.
No,
Bonk.
no, like potato peeling knife. I'm like,
Okay.
a 10. 3.
I got a critical.
Oh, good night.
The joys of having 15. Mind you, that is spectacular. I rolled 3 1s and a 6. So that's only 18, which is pretty poor for a critical.
Not dead, but hit the floor like a sack of shit.
Right, Grandad, what are you doing?
I will have, amongst all of this,
Laugh.
grabbed whatever weapon I know I have.
Yeah, sure.
And I would have gone out there and to die with the rest of them.
Okay, you've got some sort of club.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just. Ooh.
Yeah.
If you hit,
6. Yeah.
what did you get?
6.
Oh, that's unfortunate because I got a 6 as well. So his sword comes down on your club, and you just manage to parry it with your club. And you get your club in the way of the sword. You think, oh, they're all coming back. Oh, hang about, I didn't used to fight one of these, and the club just goes clat and goes flying at your hand. And he comes back. I rolled a 6 again. You actually
Natural 20.
Well, you haven't got any weapons anyway.
No,
so he
I just wanted the headbutt him.
he sadly then follows through where you would have defended and does only 11 points of damage.
That'll bring me to the ground. Not quite kill me, just like him. I'm going to lay there bleeding out.
You may hear in the background sounds of people screaming, places burning, crap like that.
Oh, shit.
And some Danish people laughing, getting drunk, enjoying themselves, etc. Okay, so that's it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this.
So
That's how quick he's supposed to happen.
that was a summary of what has happened potentially has happened at some people's houses.
Yeah.
So basically, they are Danes, aren't they?
Yeah,
The
these-
Danes are just literally steamrolling over everything.
Yeah, they're raiding.
Oh.
In their
Mind
defence,
you, to be fair,
you've done this as
we've
well.
done the same to
Yes.
them, haven't we?
Yes, you have
So
done this before. This is
Oh.
quite acceptable behaviour.
That was a bit.
Well, slightly more acceptable because they just knocked out the child.
I was going to say, I feel like this whole thing was to tell me what I could have done last time instead of
Well, it wasn't. It would have been a bit. You've got this sort of 18-stone Viking, 8-year-old girl.
But also the thing that frustrated me more than any of it, all he had to do to shut her up was close the door. She was inside the door screaming, close it, it's a tower, they couldn't hear.
She will probably be taken as a slave. Depends how developed she is.
Yeah.
Fingers
Well,
crossed, eh?
Looking at how she counts, probably not very much.
Yeah, it's that.
I'm this old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And maybe you'll never get older. How nice, how could that be? You'll be that old forever. Okay, we are advancing it on a couple of weeks so you can have 2 lots of healing rate back. I'm presuming that enables you to move about a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Everybody can have double the healing rate back. You've come back to Frisia. Hrothgar is talking to his wife. She's sort of obviously very happy to see him. Redvald, the Lower Saxon Earl, has said he acknowledges he owes you a debt, but just at the moment, he's very busy because his people are now going to rise against Charlemagne, and there will be a war here. But he will help you as much as he can, and in the future you will always be able to call upon him. But just at the minute, his land have been subjugated and he's got a war on.
Before we go any further, sorry, you got any pencils?
Yeah, there's a
I was going to say, because none of us have got a pencil at the moment.
box of my mother. I can put it to you.
Did you not bring pencils either? So you didn't bring dice and you didn't bring pencils, but you remembered beer, eh?
No, but we brought the GM.
I thought the GM brought you.
I brought dice.
Semantics.
You say potato, I also say potato because no one says potato. Who says potato?
Weird.
I'm up now, so yeah.
Hrothgar talks to Sigurd, his wife. He's basically, oh, go back and set, and she goes like you and them, right? That's going to be some fucking use, isn't it, you twat? And he's
We
like,
like
yeah,
that.
possibly you could have a point, yeah.
Chris, do you want to move over slightly?
Oh, sorry.
All that way slightly.
Oh, right, oh, that one,
You're
yeah,
out, your choice.
to be brutally fair, yeah, that either works.
Okay, and they sort of have a bit of a chat, and she's right. I've got a merchant ship. Can take you to Lubeck in the morning. Lubeck is the capital of Upper Saxony. There you will see my nephew Hrothgar. Go chat to him. Well, not him. Chat to his mother Inga. She's a strong woman. She'll have plans and she'll do stuff. She is a strong woman. She will be, she was Beate's match in a lot of ways. She'll be a good friend to you if you're loyal to his memory. I will raise the people of Frisia, and within a few weeks I will bring ships. But it will take me a few weeks. I've got to send people out and dig the army up and that. But then I'll raise boats and I will meet you.
Let's hope we've still got something to go back to by then.
And he chats to his wife a bit more, and he says, if we're going to go back to the old legends and everything, like we're doing, and this sort of story about the 3 Hrothgars and everything, Totenholt Valley. Remember there was a story about Totenholt Valley? I don't think our king used it, but they used to crown the kings there in the old days. Neutral territory, nobody's manor, reasonably easy defensible. And they used to crown kings in the sacred grove there beneath the sacred oak. And you will know this, yes, those of you who remember Totenholt Manor. It's a lovely place because it's a valley with a road in and a road out. And it's nobody's manor. And go there. Because if they're looking for legitimacy, they'll go there. Hopefully they haven't gone there already. If they've got it, you ain't going to get it back. Because 10 men could hold up 1,000 in there. Go to Totenholt Manor. There's a valley in there. Hold that, and I will come to you there. And then we will crown either me or the boy. Possibly both. And by doing an old crowning like the old ways, that will bring some of the more traditional people over to us. But you want to get back as soon as you can, because there's all sorts of problems in there. And also you want to get to Totenholt Valley before it's...
Yeah. Also need to get to our rightful heir first.
I would, yeah, because I can only do your merchant ship, and the chances are she'll give you a few soldiers. And the Saxons are pretty good. They're quite fierce soldiers.
Have we got a map where we know this valley is so therefore winter? Because it might be best if we go to one of our provinces on the way through.
If something's on the way, yeah, but we want to get there. I mean,
If
if
we've
it's
got
nice
time.
strong,
The
yeah.
valley is about here somewhere.
We're coming from the south, right?
At the minute you're over here, you
Yeah,
will
so
probably, because
Oh,
that
so we're
is.
nowhere near my land.
Yeah, no, not near mine either.
We haven't got time to stop,
No,
to be
we
fair.
haven't got-
I just thought we
But you got well. The thing
get
is,
some men.
you got to work out your route in, because obviously all of these areas here are Danish, so they're potentially hostile. Those 3. You're going to be coming from
Surely
roughly
it'd be
south.
best coming up through there.
The Danes will have slaves, just like the rest of us, yeah?
Yeah.
So perhaps we can go through some of these Danish areas, free their slaves, give them the opportunity to fight for us, and then afterwards they have their freedom.
Yeah, but there's...
We don't care,
It caused
as long as they're
disruption, wouldn't it?
fighting against them and not with them.
On the other hand, though, if we go across Oland, this like long stretch here,
Well, we're over here.
yeah, I guess that's...
We're going to have to go all the way around.
Yeah.
Not a situation where you can go
Yeah, the
through
problem
Denmark.
Yeah, this
Like
ain't,
last time, but
this ain't sea
and
though,
it's
just
not
so everyone knows that is.
Yeah, there's only the 2. You've only got one port. You're the port here. There's a port here, and then there's the capital, which is about there, and Stick's got a port about here, I think.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
think
probably
I'll-
1 or 2 more down there as well.
Well, we have to come through here then, right?
That'd be our best bet. 'Cause we
I
won't wanna
get what
go-
you're saying, but it's time, and then we've got the logistics of looking
and we
after
don't wanna
all
go
these
to the
people
capital
we've potentially
either.
got.
We're going to have that even if we get given an army.
Yeah, but we need to.
We need to get to the grove before
Yeah,
they
we
do.
need to get there.
That's the main thing.
You'll get you get a peaceable trip to Lubeck. That's easy. He's sorted out. There's a merchant ship going that way. You dump you on the merchant ship. It's only it's basically just to go around. It's interesting waters because in effect you're sailing around Denmark because you've gone from Frisia here. Here's Denmark, and you're going to go over here to Saxony. So you are sailing around Denmark. It's reasonably quiet. There's lots of gossip around the crew. There's stories that Denmark's invaded Gaetland, or then people say not all of Denmark. Well, there's a lot of Danes there. There's not a lot of Danish shipping here. You haven't seen any warships so far. You know, normally you'd sail around here and you'd have been stopped a couple of times, but there's no warships here. Captain knows 1 or 2 people, so he said we should be all right anyway. You know, we pay our tithes and everything. But few days in that, get to Lubeck. You are. It has sent message. You are this message with you. No, goes with you. When you land, there's a couple of heads on spikes on the docks. Blonde heads, long blonde hair. A bit difficult to see the facial features now because you know ravens and all that shit. Clearly Norsemen by the looks. And a guard captain will greet you. Quite organised, these Upper Saxons, quite heavily armoured, lots of chain armour and that. And he says, yeah, you should see my lady Inga, the queen. Okay. And he takes you off and goes through the crowd. You get Lady Inga, comes out to meet you, nice looking woman, still wearing black, still mourning her husband. She's not particularly warm, but she's pleasant enough. She gets another healer to look at you because you're still pretty fucking mangled.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
So you can meet my son. You see, and she looks at you and she says, "Yeah, you meet my son. See what my son thinks of you." And she walks you to this room, sort of throne room thing, and opens the door and sort of gestures you. And there is a boy in a fairly nice looking crib at the far end of the room. It's just a throne room. There's nobody else in here at the moment. And she says, "Do you want to be alone with him or what? Do you want to talk to him? I don't know. Don't know what your customs are." And she just looks at you.
I'm sort of throwing a look over at the crib.
Yeah, crib.
I'll
He's
go
only one
over.
or two.
I'll go over and I'll
Do me an awareness roll.
rib him on the cheek or whatever. Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a crit.
Okay, as you're walking towards him, you're like, "Oh, a nice little bit of fretwork they got on the back wall.
I've already got a tint.
Nice little bit of fretwork, there's bits cut out and that. Oh yeah, there are bits cut out, aren't there? Can I hear somebody breathing through these bits cut out? Did that breathing just change a little bit as I went closer to the boy?
Uh-oh.
But there's the bits cut out, like maybe about like that cut through.
Yeah. Ready to shoot me with arrows.
And then you sort of reflexively just look down it and is that an old stain on the floor there? That looks like that could be a stain on the floor that somebody's tried to scrub out and they failed to scrub out.
Right,
What's going on here?
Take a step backwards.
She's just standing there watching. She's not got. There's a card sort of behind her a bit, but there's nobody really with her.
I do hope you're not playing a game with us, my lady.
I don't play a game with anybody, but strangely, since my husband was murdered, I've had people come in here and try and murder his son.
We're not here to murder your son. We just want to get back to our families.
I'll tickle him on his chubby cheek.
You can almost hear the intake, and almost like somebody's cocking a heavy-duty crossbow behind you. But yeah, fine, no, nothing happens. You'll be okay.
No harm. I've got kids of my own. I'm used to having kids around. I will treat him like one of my own. Like he's a young lad who's ready to be a king one day.
Okay.
Pay my respect.
But he will not look after him.
Yeah.
I stay near.
She calms down a little bit, and she says, "Right," and cuts hands. Goes, "Let's get you some food and drink, and we'll discuss what we're doing."
Relax a little bit.
And yeah, it's almost you're all a very good perception, and you're like, yeah, you're not the only people in this room.
Yeah.
There's people behind that wooden bit, probably holding missile weapons.
Yeah, when he stepped back, that's when my steer would have been a little bit more like, yeah, let's get ready.
I'll say blame her.
I had some of Beate's apparently most loyal followers from Gaetland who came to kiss the hem of his son's robe. Allegedly, that's them down on the docks now.
Ah, did wonder who they were.
Yeah, so we're a bit careful now, ever since what happened to him. So, you get vengeance for my husband. I'll give you a ship of Saxons. I'll give you some of the best warriors I've got. I've got people who swore to die in his. In fact, she looks at this. There's a guy sort of standing there, and she goes, "I've got people who swore to keep him alive." And this guy just looks down at the ground.
You will have your revenge.
Right, we'll feed you up. You can go in the morning. Is that all right? And this guy's just looking down at the floor.
Shit. Do we have the second son with us?
No.
He didn't come in the end.
He's actually having a little bit of time with his wife because if you remember he'd been kidnapped for about 6 months. And also
Priorities.
he is allegedly raising an army, but he's probably also having
He's raising something.
having a little bit of downtime. She does calm down a little bit, and yeah, this there's clearly she's quite organised. You have quite a nice meal. It's not particularly relaxed. There's still a really filthy atmosphere in here. I mean, basically, you will get this. She is livid because she was very much in love with her husband, rightful heir and everything, and he was fucking murdered by one of his own men. And his own man who murdered him then went and joined his sister-in-law. No, his brother-in-law, yeah, and his sister. So she's really, really unhappy.
So it wasn't just, I just want to make sure that I'm clear on this. I'm not necessarily asking her this personal question.
Probably that's not.
So the people on the dock, the heads,
Yeah.
they weren't like sneaky assassin types who were pretending to be loyal. They were legitimately loyal people who have just like turned around at the last minute.
No. They basically, what you will get from gossip and that is, they went to kiss the robes, and then as they kissed the robes, one of them took a knife out.
But they were actually his loyal people to begin with.
They said they were his loyal people.
Okay, yeah.
They had come from Gayatland.
Okay.
And they said they were loyal to Beate and they wanted to see his son. And then as they were kissing his robe, one of them took a knife out. So they killed
imposters.
Or it
Not
could have been
necessarily people that turned.
Well, no, most likely followers of the same person who killed Beate himself.
Bastards.
So yes, you've obviously got a lot of treachery going on, and she's pretty unhappy about it. And she will. The Saxons are, they're not quite as tall as you guys, a bit darker on that, but they're fairly chunky. They look to be knowing what they're doing. They like their beer. You can see there's quite a lot of beer at this feast, but there's also a mood, and you can clearly see. Said the guy who's obviously going to be in charge of them is very much. Every time he tries to unwind a little bit, she looks at him and he's like down the floor again. He's not a relaxed man.
I'm just wondering what our succession plans are going to be. If we don't have the second brother with us, and the child in the crypt can't take the throne right now, what are we going to that manor for?
Because the son's going to come across with
It's
an
coming,
army
yeah, the
and
other
meet
son's
us out
coming
of the
over,
place,
isn't it?
but we have to hold it until he gets there. And with
So I suppose we need to discuss that with her though as well,
And do we
because
I think what we were saying is that Hrothgar the Elder will be regent. He's not, let's face it, you've met him, he's not king material.
No.
And he doesn't want to be king material. He will be regent until Beate's son is of an age. And then he will...
Do we need scouts or anything to, like official people to do like official crownings or whatnot? I mean, this isn't something...
Yeah, presumably.
Normally there would be people who do that, right?
There would be, yeah, and there
Priests or
presumably in the grove there is actually one or two ancient priests who live there.
Right.
That's alright then.
So yeah.
That's handy.
But yes, that will be, Hrothgar will be crowned and he will be regent. He said that you've got to trust somebody. She said that begrudgingly. You have to trust somebody. And then we will see.
Yikes.
Well, we rest and we go.
It's supposed to be. I thought we were going to have Gayat help because the Saxons are beset from UC. The lower Saxons are in severe trouble. We're trying to help them because although we fight with them, we prefer them to the Christians to the south. So we were trying to help them, but they're on their own for the time being. I wanted Gayat help to fight. I thought a Gayat Saxon alliance against the Franks would be a good one. I didn't think this would be happening, but then I never thought anybody would fucking stoop so low as to what they did. But... So you have a feast. It's not a brilliant. It's nice enough food, decent beer, which is good. Nice relaxation. You can have another healing rate back.
He's been fucking nice to you.
Well, he not that he may be in depth combat in about 3 days' time. And it's
that
like,
won't be
take
healed by
17 points of damage.
from a peasant.
Way faster than my character did. Bloop.
Yeah, so it's not that joyous a feast that you've been. It's okay. Saxons. They do know what they're doing. So you have got that. They're a good
Let's make a
club.
point of getting to know the guys we're going to be with.
Especially the guy who's in charge of them.
Yeah.
The guy who's in charge of them is called Dring, and he's
Be interesting to hear his story.
he's fucking livid because basically he can't swim.
Mhm.
So his lord was swimming with some of his men just recreationally, and then he got into difficulties. This guy, he was stupid. He said, my lord's in the water swimming, so what I'm doing is I'm armoured up and I'm looking out to see, make sure no boats are coming towards attack him. I've got full hauberk on and everything, and I'm looking up here for anything to happen. And then the next minute, my lord's in trouble, in difficulty, and we all rushed in and people jumped in, and I didn't jump in because I'm still thinking it's a fake and something else is happening. He's pretty drunk when he's saying this. And then he dies, we pull his body out. He's not got a knife wound on him or anything, but his throat's all crushed. And one of his mates, one of his alleged, he's disappeared. So we're like, oh, he must have drowned. And then somebody said they're sure they saw him alive later on a boat. And then we started to get suspicious, and then apparently he went back and he's declared loyalty to someone else. But yeah, he pulled him under the water and
Held him there.
held him there.
What a turncoat bastard.
Yeah, so basically...
And leaves you to end up taking the fall for it.
Yeah, well, my
I
life...
mean, there's nothing in that. There's no...
There's no honour.
There's less than no honour. It's
Yeah, it's absolute scum.
just unthinkable.
Yeah. It's
I mean, a raid or...
and then you kill somebody by drowning as well,
Yeah.
so he's not going to go with any gods. Yeah. No, this guy, if we can catch this guy, we will, back to whatever generation he's got, we will destroy him.
It's just, yeah.
Thanks,
Like, and then to try and kill the young king.
yeah. I know.
Just...
Life is never as simple as it seems, is it?
I think if we get a chance, we definitely make sure that he dies in a horrible way.
We've all been there, we've all done stuff, but this is just... There's nothing in it. No, I just mean we're fighting men. We've seen some shit, but this is like I can't even imagine thinking of this plan. You know what I mean? It's like completely out of left field.
That and killing a kid as well.
Yeah, just all of it. Just what? Why would you?
Baby, different.
Not young lady, baby, different.
It's not standing over it. He has a spiritual message.
He said kid, didn't he? Not young lady.
I mean, the Saxons have the same. I mean, I know it's like Odin, Woden, but it's like the same difference.
Yeah, no, they are truly
similar to
appalled.
us.
That's why there is a sort of element of shock, and also, she's basically said, look, we're only taking the ship because they want to move in quickly because. Drain's gone, right, okay, well, I can have you 200 men. They're like, no, you can't have him 200 men because firstly, I want men here in case the Danes fuck about, and secondly, because we want to send a ship in quick. We've got a quick ship lined up. It's a nice ship, but it's only going to take 50 men.
It's 50 more than we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
If we get that area, they said we could hold it with 10, so
Yeah.
50. That's
Could we take 51 and trade him out?
Wow! Wow!
Kill one teenager.
We just talked about loyalty and shit, and it's like, nah.
Nah, you can fuck off.
Still got Gary Leg fucking off back home.
It's getting better.
Wow.
Healing slowly, yeah.
Just a bit slower than I used to be, that's all.
Aren't we all? In the game.
What you lot will know, chatting to yourselves and that with your knowledge of the country, is to the south of the valley is the manor of Aemon the Rock. He's an old guy, you all got along with him, he's a little bit older than you, you know that he'll be loyal to the king.
Oh.
He's very much straight down the line. This is what things go. You don't do bad things. The son of the king is the next king, etc.
That's
and he
going
will
to be a
be.
good place to stop off on the route then.
south of that. North of there is Ossoff One Eye. Ossoff One Eye is not quite the opposite, but almost the opposite. He's very much looks out for himself. He's anybody's friend who's got $1, as they say. He looks out for himself, and you wouldn't trust him. If the new king is offering, like land grants and stuff, Ossoff will swear to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I lent him a wagon of wool that I had spare because he was saying he was going to be cold that winter. Right. Next thing I know, he's only sold it on. Fucking prick. I thought I'm doing him a favour because he's out of stuff, and no, he fucking sells it on.
You obviously hadn't heard all the stories then, have
Well,
you?
no, I hadn't then. I was a young man then, a young trusting fool. That's what I was.
Yeah.
I don't think where this all is that far away from your manor.
That's what worries me.
Yours in Parker's, you'd be so. See the smokers come in. Oh,
I'm
sorry,
trying not. It's weird. I'm thinking about home, but we've got a job to do, so we need to do that first.
I'm wondering if...
And I don't want to think about it because...
If, when we get there, we send everyone to the Grove, and you and me...
I mean, if we're close enough, but it depends
Well,
on...
we should be close enough. Just a quick ride to make sure our families are okay.
But you could
Could we
also
send a runner?
To be honest, I wouldn't trust a runner.
we could also, on the way to your families, you could go pick up the people from the South Manor that are loyal to the king. It can still. I think the two of us, assuming there's no women and children running around for him to murder, can
Haunts me.
Yeah, it's going to haunt you.
It is going to haunt you.
I watched a grown Viking murder a young child.
Furthermore, a grown Viking with children of his own who should understand.
And a grown Viking I grew up with and have spent a long time knowing. That is going to haunt you. I'm going to make sure you never forget.
Yeah, it was bad.
But yeah, I think that we could settle the Grove, make sure we're there first, and then give you a day or two to.
Once we've got young Hrothgar's official kind of kingship going on, then we can use that as like an ideological base to spread out, if you like, can't we?
So you're actually, I think, if we put the valley as sort of here-ish, you're just the other side of it, so you're sort of about that way. So you've got to go through Parker's land, almost to yours. So your land is pretty close to it.
I thought I was more up here.
Yeah, you are, but you're landing in that way, aren't you? Oh no, you're that way. You've got the only port.
On this side, yeah, mine's on the other side.
Unless basically, you've got the only port. You'll be going through your land. If your land is up here, then that land isn't a port.
I didn't know if that was where actually the Danish land was. I didn't think that was ocean. That's why I thought, we're going in there. And I thought that's landing.
Just digging all the way back through to the footers.
We're going to have to go through my land. So I'm like, yeah, we get to go through and see my family's dead bodies.
Why is coming in instead of going out?
Oh yeah, you're right. You are higher up than that, Parker.
Okay, not that bad.
Frankie, out!
Oh, there you go. She finally go.
Good girl.
Does that mean we're landing further up?
Right. Well, it's your choice. There's a port here where Parker's land is. That is not a port. If you want to land there, you're talking rowboats and cliffs.
Yeah.
We'll take Parker's Port.
Yeah.
We've got the 50 men to get off, haven't we?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
assuming that my
It's
family
the,
is
it's the
still
same
there,
as Chris's. Chris is up here, and it's you can land there, but you rowboats and cliffs.
Yeah, because you can't port at my place.
And like, assuming my family are all doing all right, then they can
Offer hospitality, yeah.
offer us about that out. It'd be great to see the missus.
And have you got men you can muster?
Well, I mean, there might be a couple. Hopefully, there should be some about.
Well, you had your figures, whatever you
Yeah.
had for men, yeah.
So we'll be coming down from the north side.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be going to the one-eyed first.
Yeah. Also, you'll be basically coming down that border, which is the border with the Danes. So it will be an interesting march. It's not going to be a little peaceful bus journey because you've got you're going through contested lands all the way. I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, my son Viglav will look after us.
We'll get some.
Good to see Hilda again. I
Get
just
some
feel
food.
bad that I'm going to get to do this before you all, but I'll make sure you're all well looked after.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get to my land for a long while if we're going to go down there.
Okay.
Well, let's break this somber mood with some food at least.
Yeah, you said it's good hospitality, and the beer's good. They're very much into their beers here. They're good brewers, and it's quite nice stuff. Yeah, you get used to this. But there is a very sombre mood. There's a lot of Saxons here who are basically not expecting to come home again.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reasonable amount of them who are quite happy with that.
So they'll have
They got do what they do. Yep.
The Valhalla.
Drink to that. Morning sees you on the ship, backed on a warship again. It's nice, particularly you two, you shippy people. This is nice, nice ship. You like this? You've got to, walk up and down, had a look at it. Decent ship, and it's crewed by. They're not the best rowers in the world, the Saxons. You look at them and you're like, sort your lines out, boys. No, you're not in tune. What the fuck are you doing? Row the oar when everyone else does. So you walk up and down and have a bit of just juggle them a bit in place. They've got, they've got the enthusiasm, they've got the strength, but they ain't natural rowers. And you sort of, you spend an hour or two shouting at them and you work it out, you two between you, and you're like, fine.
Back into it, lads.
Yeah.
What are we back on the boat for? I thought we'd landed.
No, you're going from Lübeck, which is basically in effect North Germany.
So
Okay, so we haven't landed it yet.
Here.
No, that's where we're going.
And this is all coastline, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of going up a little bit way out, so we don't get
Only port, yeah.
Danes on
Okay.
us.
Okay. And yeah, a couple of days trip. There's no. You don't see any Danish sails.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeesh.
You think I suppose they're all. I don't know what
If they're all in port, that means they've taken over a large chunk of our lands.
Yeah. If they're all in port. All in my fucking port.
Yeah, that's going to be something we don't have to worry about, is if they're sitting at your port.
No, you have the, obviously the guy with the best eyes on the front of the ship. He's like, I can see the port, yeah, there's no ships in the port.
Oh, alright, off we go. Clearly they managed to
I'm
keep on.
sorry, that's worrying. Where are they all?
Well, there's also, you should have had a ship in the port,
Oh,
because you had a ship,
where's
and that
the
should
dragon
be...
head? Where's the... Where the fuck is the dragon? Right, okay, well, young showman or whatever his name is would be normally he's up there looking down and making sure. Where's he?
It seems, you come in towards the port, there's definitely battle damage. There's old fires that have been put out, things like that. There is some movement, and initially it's feared movement. You can see just people in the shadows scurrying who retreat from the ship straight away. But you can see there's burnt bits. Here's the docks. That's been burnt. There was a warehouse there. That's where you stored the goods to go on the boat if you were exporting stuff. That's gone. There's battle damage. There's a few arrows in things. There's damage. But there's people moving about. You can see there's people moving about. It's just that you've just landed a ship it's an unknown ship.
Oh, yeah. As we go in, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say,
I'm like right at the front, middle of everyone. Hello, everyone. Canute is home. Call for Hilda.
I'm at his shoulder.
Right,
Boys.
okay. There is some movement, and there are some people coming out. Basically, you're gonna there are survivors. You're sort of odds and evens, I'm afraid.
I mean, Viglaf will be dead because he'll have fought. He's my eldest son.
Yeah. You've basically lost about half of your people in your household, and most of the carriage. They basically lost. They did a fighting with rural. They survived because some of them died to let the others get away. Some of them have survived, and there were too many. And they're sorry. They stole. There was about 100 of them. 2 boats.
Hilda?
Your wife is still alive. She's very unhappy because, well, she's very happy you're back, but she was told to retreat, to keep the women and children alive.
Yeah, that makes sense. You did the right thing.
We build again, we built before, we can build again, but... So your wife falls in your arms, she's had a pretty unpleasant time, and yeah, he said very battle-scarred, poor.
Whoever's kind of looking after the place, I'll just say that these guys, they know these guys anyway, because they've all been in my home. I'm going to need some time with Hilda. I need to process this. I shall be back
Take your
later
time,
this
my friend.
evening.
I'm going to go find someone on the docks who's involved in the fighting.
I will go around doing like the worst sort of thing, like just picking up like a chair and a table to make it sort of look better. And not really.
I'd like to finish what I was saying, Chris.
Let's go right
I want to find someone who's involved in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they go afterwards? How many ships did they bring?
2.
Just 2?
2 ships.
And where's...
Then they stole his and they left with that as well.
Where did they... Which...
They just went back out again, back out to sea. Came in from the sea, went out to sea, just raided. After that, we've seen the odd Danish ship offshore, but look at it. Would you raid this place now? This is a fairly...
Have you heard anything from the other manors?
No news has come in. Some places have just sat tight and haven't done anything. Some places have been raided. There's a bit of a scrap going on in the middle. I think there's some manors that have declared for the king and have hoisted the king's banner. There is a war if you want it, I understand. So, but this is an older guy. He's wounded. He's clearly bandaged up and everything. He's quite good at it. This guy's wounded because he's been heroically defending his lord's wife and got quite badly wounded in the fight. But he's survived and he's slowly becoming healthy again.
So we're fairly familiar with this area because we've been here a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask whoever I would know if they could muster up a bit of food. 'Cause we've got 50 freaking soldiers on the boat.
We can do a bit, but we're not obviously. Normally, our Lord coming back, we'd feast and we'd kill the fatted calf and all that. But unfortunately, the fucking Danes have already done that.
Yeah, just
But we have got food.
anything we can feed these guys with.
Well, while we're here, before we head out, we'll obviously do whatever we can.
Well, he's you'll find him at some point, and there's a nice little clearing with some graves.
If they're doing any sort of building work, like trying to rebuild things, I'll get involved in helping there as well.
Sure. Yeah, there's various patching. Nobody's going in for wholehearted rebuilding because they've realised that the fact that it looks like a fucked port has kept them from being raided more than once.
Yeah, I'll do some hunting to try and get some more stuff because I don't want us to be fed to actually leave this place starving. So I'll go and see if I can hunt anything down.
Yes, it's a sombre mood. There is some supplies, but it's not the feast that you should be giving your friends when you've been away for so long.
It's not
go out and
there's
see
so
if I
much
can catch
news.
some.
not the atmosphere you would want your friend to have either.
No, but it's catching up with your wife because obviously you haven't seen your wife in like a year and a half.
That's probably going to make us all spiral as well.
Mm-hmm.
If it's happened here,
Yep.
it could have happened to all of ours.
I'm effectively like having a couple of hours like hard decompress with Hilla, go through everything that happened, and I've kind of gone like massive emotional roller coaster, but in our private quarters, just us two. The kids, some of the kids are dead. That's awful. But then on the other hand, he died. Wiglaf died with a sword in his hand.
Yeah,
He
Wiglaf died
did.
with a sword in his hand. I was so proud.
Well, hello.
He's our son. He died our son, but he was our son.
Yeah.
And we should just have to. I mean, I'll explain to her she knew that my plan was to basically like go off and die in glorious combat so that my son could then take the house over. And she's kind of we put our piece with that. We dealt with that before I left.
Yeah.
And now, okay, well I need to make sure that I stick around long enough to rebuild this, so we've got someone to give it to. Because there's probably another couple of kids who are younger but are probably still alive.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to deal with. I'm
And
kind
yeah,
of.
you can go and do your private goodbyes because there will be graves out.
Now it's like I'm very, very torn. Like I'm old, so I should die in glorious combat. But actually, I need to make sure that there's stuff put in place for when that happens.
Yeah.
And I hope that. I'm sure she does because she's my wife, and we have. I know what you're thinking. And we have similar ideologies. We've been married for what, 18 years, I think it is.
Yeah,
18
married
years.
a long
Like
time.
we
Yeah,
know
she's-
each other inside and out. Like we're gonna try and get Hrothgar, young Hrothgar. He's only a wee lad himself. We're gonna try and make sure he gets crowned and take our lands back.
Well, if we had any doubt about who was supporting for the throne, these Danes who have raided us, they've announced for Olaf. So fuck 'em to hell. And if you want to go do that, you do that. And you go in my blessing for what they did to us and what they're doing to all sorts of people. So
Just when I thought I couldn't love you anymore.
no, we thought you were dead, but it's been a funny time. It's very emotional. You don't see a lot of him for quite a long time. And his people will look after you, but it's a funny environment. Saxons are all pretty quiet because it's pretty obvious what's happened here. Yeah, chopping wood or something like that. You'll find some grunt job to do.
Anything to stay busy.
Yeah, and just stay out of the way because they don't feel comfortable sitting by and drinking beer in a place like this, so they'll go and chop wood or something. Cut rushes for the roofs or what have you.
You walk past all the graves and thinking,
Boy,
How old is your boy? How old was he?
18, I believe.
So we definitely would have known him. So I think
Yeah.
we absolutely would go and visit that grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going to take over. This was it. I was off to face my doom, and he would be running the home in my absence, and now he's not. But I'm proud to have called him my son.
You do get obviously a lot of love from your surviving children.
Oh,
You've lost
yeah.
a few of them, but there's still some left, and they're all very, very happy to see you because firstly they thought you were dead, and then secondly this happened.
Yeah.
So they've had some shitty times. So you do get some of the younger ones like, you're going to be home now, Daddy. Everything's going to be back to normal, and everything's going to be good again.
Soon. We just have a couple more things to do, and then we'll be back and
Yeah.
making sure you haven't forgotten how to play taffel.
No, you remember how to play taffel. Yeah, it's somber.
And now that Viglaf's gone, some of you will have to pick up the pace a bit, and you get to do the things that he was doing.
Danes. Yes, we've been practicing. The youngest boys are doing their Killing Danes things, which is this big. Is not all that or inspiring at the moment.
But
But,
I'm
heart's
proud
in the
of-
right place.
Oh, my boys.
Yeah, playing Killing Danes. Drain at
Do I
some
roll
point
for
does say.
hatred for Danes now? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can. Have you got hatred for
I haven't
Danes?
already.
Okay, well you can generate hatred
So
for
it's
Danes.
3d6 and then just have it?
2d6 plus 6.
2d6 plus 6, even better. Oh, that's got. 15? 15's pretty good.
Quite a strong hatred for Danes.
I mean, it's
All the
my hatred of
reasonable,
Byzantium. Fucking
As I
Danes!
say, I already hate the Danes, so would I increase that because this won't make me feel any better about them?
No, this won't. But it's only if it comes to you, then no. But at the minute, you're just like, well, I've been telling you for fucking years. Fucking arseholes. Look what I've done. Fucking arseholes.
Why didn't you hate them in the first place?
Yeah. Now you believe me, don't you? Hey?
Why don't you hate them more than I do?
Told you they were cunts, didn't I?
All those times you said no, they're not that bad people, and I told you they were arseholes.
Yeah, brilliant. Your whole family's been butchered. Told you so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fucking Danes! Coming round here, stealing our literal stuff.
Drain wants to know, do you want the ship left here?
I mean, we're not.
No.
If we leave the ship here,
Oh,
they're
then
coming
I'll
in
see
again.
it, yeah.
No, because it's going to look like the port's active again.
Yeah, there's a little secluded bay about 4 miles up the coast.
Okay.
It's just like a little beach. There's nothing there worth.
Beach it and pull the sail
just,
down.
Yeah, so
sure.
just hide
Okay.
away.
We'll go do that. We'll be back here tomorrow morning.
Aye.
Okay. Right.
Oh, and I'll make sure they've got enough supplies if they need anything for a day's travel.
Yeah, he sorts him.
Right.
He divvies the men up. Some of them will stay with you. He keeps sort of 20 with you as like the guard, and he takes the other 30, and he goes, right, we know what we're doing. We got there. Yeah, I've been around this part.
This building and this building you can see from when you're coming in, so don't make sure they don't spend the night in here. We can send them in the ones that are further in town. They're not as attractive because that one's a bit of a barn, but we can convert that. And I'm trying to be right. This is my home. I know where everything is. Let's get organised. Oh, fucking right. Don't forget we've got all of this stuff. We haven't got any more of that stuff anymore. Fuck. We've got all those beds. No, we haven't got those. Right, but we can make do.
Yeah.
Let's get organised. Try and something to focus on.
Yep. Yeah. There's that. There's masses for you to throw yourself into. I mean, Hilda's been doing a pretty good job, but yeah, plenty to do.
So proud of her.
I have a question when you have a moment.
Yes.
This involves all of us. When we leave here, we're going to be hitting our One-Eye's place first.
Yeah. That prick.
What do we want to do about that? Because I bet my life on the fact he's waiting for the other king.
If he gets wind that you're back,
Yeah.
everyone there has to die. That's it. It's too close to your lands, your family, what you've got remaining.
I mean, we just have to avoid him, right? We don't let him know that we're here yet until we get to where we need to be.
He's on the way.
I say we
He's at the north end of the valley. And if he declares for the other king,
Well, can't we go in the south and see the other? I forget the other.
well then we've got to go all the way round.
Yeah, it is a detour to go to the south.
We're gonna if he swears for the other king, that'll give him power to come marching up into the rest of your lands.
Either that, or we just look. He knows what side his bread's buttered on. If we can convince him to join us, that it is the right.
We
side.
have nothing that he would believe in.
What resources could we provide that the new king couldn't?
The only thing you could do is threaten him. You could threaten him because you know he hasn't got 50 armed and mailed warriors.
And he's all right. He's a cunt. We all know he's a cunt, but we all put up with him for so long because he wasn't like too much of an offensive cunt.
Yes,
Well,
but things have changed.
Yeah, which I agree with. But whoever's in charge now aren't going to trust him any more than we ever did. He knows, like, better the devil you know. He
And
knows that.
the one thing that they may trust him with is information. And the fact that you are back and that there's still people in your lands is information that is valuable to these Danes.
He did
Whilst he has a tongue, they have ears.
He did sell that wagon load of fleeces.
He's not loyal to anyone, so
Kill
he
him.
switches the wind changers. It's best to get rid of him and deal with him now while we can.
No, that's true, because once we do take the lands back, he's only going to fucking flip-flop again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Unless he can convince us otherwise.
We can ask him we can threaten him to get lost, but like you say, it's just opening up that we're all back. It takes away our own warriors, and we need to be anchored down in the valley beforehand. The best bet is to deal with him on the way down.
Maybe we could. I don't know how willing he'd be for it, but maybe if we could issue a challenge. You know, because a lot of the people who live there and work for him are nice enough. You know, maybe if we just challenge him one-on-one.
On what grounds?
Well, he's sided with the enemy. We challenge him and take his land. I'll fight him. Unless one of you wants the opportunity. And that's a thing we could do. I mean, theoretically, that's a thing we could.
You can do a challenge, but you don't just generally say, I'm going to fight you for your lands, because otherwise the biggest bastard in the country. You know, it'll be like,
He will help us in the upcoming battle.
But there's going to be no legitimacy to that anyway. We don't.
As opposed to just murdering him and all his people. What you do have to bear in mind is, please remember, he and all his people are Gaiats. They are your kin. You may very well be slightly related to some of them, and even if you're not, they're your folk. They're Gaiats. And there will be various roles to do with things that, when
it's just him, he is the problem.
So the challenge might be the best way.
If you're hot, Nick, you can open that window, mate.
No,
She gets
thanks.
I
Plus hot, sweaty bodies in here.
But then, how much of an army does he have?
Well, he's not. He's like anyone, you know. You figure he's maybe 20 or 30 decent men, and then you know, probably double that peasants and slaves.
I think we need to talk to him and see where his loyalties lie in this.
And even if his loyalties lie somewhere, don't mean his people's will.
His people are irrelevant at the end of the day. He's their lord. He's the one we have to contend with. If he swears for the other king, then we can't really risk leaving him alive.
I guess
Go
we'll
with
see
that.
when we get there then.
Yep.
Okay, so
Remind me what his name was again, sorry.
he is Oswulf
Oh,
One Eye, and the other one is Emmon the Rock.
Oh.
This constant flip-flopping of treachery has made all of us incredibly cynical of everyone.
Hasn't it?
Well,
Normally you wouldn't be thinking like this. Normally you'd be, oh, One Eye's a bit of a character anyway, don't worry about it. But the minute something like this happens,
yeah, I mean, he's obviously never gone against the old king, but then that's because he's still alive. If he'd gone against the old king, he'd be a bit shorter by now.
But then you've got this treachery of people murdering the rightful heir,
Yep.
treachery of people trying to kill babies.
Sure. Yes, clearly
And 14-year-olds.
Olaf and Agni have thrown away the rule book, which is, you know, well, Olaf was always a bit.
But also we've got to be careful here. In no way can we whatsoever delay our trip.
no,
So we can't get caught up in anything that takes too long here.
no.
No, I mean, you're gonna have to march, because you know your men are marching and that. It's gonna take you 3 or 4 days to get to the valley without any problems. There is a road then in that direction, but you know, potentially there are Danes about, because you're going very close to the border with the Danish provinces, and you're also going to go through 2 or 3 other manors. Got me list of Danes, so that won't be a problem.
We'll leave in the morning then.
We go through straws on the way, right?
No,
No, he's
it's
on
just-
the other side of it.
Oh, right.
That's the other side.
Well, we can only hope that. I mean, they would have
Once we
all.
get to the valley, then I can. Once we've got the troops settled, we'll then have time to.
You don't get anything decent at hunting as well, because I went off for a hunt.
yeah, you would have got a deer. You did manage to bring a
Nice.
deer home.
From your garden.
Very easy to shoot that poaching.
Yeah, that's true. Are you one of these people who hangs people who poach on your lands?
Yes, I do.
Good idea.
I'll bring it back because one deer a feed,
Yeah, totally.
and it means we're leaving your village short
Yeah,
of.
makes sense.
So you said we're going through a bunch of manors on the way to this one.
You're following the road down, yeah.
Oh,
So you,
so as we go through, we can check the loyalties of their manors.
well, as you go through, yeah, and I mean also you got to bear in mind you're basically putting an invading army through anyway. So you know you may get reactions from the people who you're.
Yep.
You're not like going for anyone's front door. You know, if they don't want anything to do with you, they can just pull back and fortify their lodges.
What
Or
we'll do
what
is
have you.
we'll send a runner to their manor and say, look, they're coming through. Just keep out of the way.
Hrothgar's loyal Huskarls are returning.
Yes.
This is good. They should be glad that
Well,
we're here.
make
And if
sure
they're
they-
not, they're wrong.
Make sure the runner knows that we are all loyal to Rothgar. So as we go through, anyone that's resistant will be hostile. Anyone else may choose to join us.
Yep.
So we might pick up one or two more people, or lose a couple.
Well, we won't lose any because all our Saxon warriors are loyal to us.
Yeah, I just mean from the hostility.
Well, morning we'll see you out marching. It's pretty crap weather. It's raining. Marries your mood. And you're marching south
It's
along the
gear
road.
rain.
Gods are crying. You've got a couple of scouts up ahead. What are you lot doing? Are you going to be in the body? You're at the front? How are you working it?
I'm going to be at the front.
Yeah, be at the front.
Because I mean, you are sort of, you are
leaders of
the
men, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I'm,
main
pr-
men.
I'm proud to be taking this march. Vengeance will be
I'm
ours.
at the front, but every so often I keep on dropping back because of my wound. It's still like, yeah, hold on, trying to catch back up.
And
So
what
I'm just
then
slowly
all
going.
the marching Saxons bump into you.
Yeah.
But no, the marching
Not
Saxons
forward.
are all like, presumably, you've got heroically wounded in the services. Will all
Yeah, they don't go worry.
fighting to defend. You've in no way got practically killed by a peasant.
We cannot tell them the true story because we need to inspire their confidence
Yeah,
to
that's
follow
right.
us.
So this guy, it was a peasant with a small pointy stick.
No, he's a mighty warrior. Beat down.
Lying.
It was a ferocious fighter.
Yes.
He was ferocious at the time.
Yes, he was very angry. Well, he was a bit scared. He was getting killed.
Given that we're at, just before we leave, possibly, because we would have had an overnight time, correct? Can I have, we've got our shields, would we paint the front of our shields normally?
You can do, yeah.
I just want to, if I've got whatever thing on it, half of it now has got just a big yellow circle to kind of symbolise the sun, or my sun,
Right.
as it were, just as a little remembrance of good life.
Okay.
We will paint the rest of that shield with their blood.
Well, that's very hygienic, isn't it?
What do you know about hygiene?
You! Look at the flies!
Right, let's see then. We've got, say, 3 manas you've got to cross with 3 days, 3 manas. You can have a mana a day. Okay, so.
Everyone dies.
The end!
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, day one, Charlemagne shows up.
Yeah.
Morning!
Right, first mana you come to, that's Arca. He's a buddy of yours. He's very happy to see you. Really sorry about what happened. He sent men, but they got there too late. He saw, he saw some flames and that, and some smoke, and he sent out all the men he could get. And your wife would have said that we did get some help, but by the time they came, they could just help us bury, really. Gives you a big hug. He's really sad about it. He's sent some of his men. There's an uprising in the centre, in the centre of Smarland, and he sent some of his men there.
Oh, good man.
So there is some manners there, and he describes some people, and you're like, oh yeah, he goes for the old king. He goes, yeah, a couple of them have raised the flag of the old king, and there is an uprising there.
Great.
And there is some fighting going on. So I sent my son and 20 men that way. So that's good.
Good man. Well, we're going to try and make sure that we're going to use the old, I'll explain the plan. We're going to use the old valley.
You've got an interesting route down. Because you've got Mundi to the south. Mundi's a bastard. Mundi, it turns out, actually, I don't know whether Olaf, I think he was always friends with Olaf or something. He declared for Olaf straight away.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, I don't think he's in his manor. I think he again has taken some of his men out, and because where the loyalty pit, there is actually a sort of small war going on in the middle of the country, and I think Mundi is out fighting. So basically, you should just march through. You shouldn't get any grief there. And then who's the next one? The next one is Odolf. Odolf he's probably going to go with Olav as well. He was friends with Mundi, but he is at home. He didn't go. He wasn't that. He was friends with Mundi, but he wasn't that sold on Olaf. So he's quietly. I think he's playing both sides. He's quietly
getting away.
He's wrote the letters. He's wrote the letters for Olaf about how he can be sure of his support and that, but he's just failed to actually send any support because he's got a bad leg and he's a bit of a cough and so he hasn't actually sent any men to Olaf. Olaf's got. He's not obviously he can't afford to get pissy with people who supported him who ain't supporting him yet because he's trying to get people to support him. So he can hardly go around murdering people who said they're going to support him but haven't yet provided any men, because otherwise all the people who said they weren't going to support him, So at the minute, Olaf, we had a messenger from them and we did let them live. Sort of got to be vaguely diplomatic, but we did say, oh yeah, go on.
Did you want pizza started now, gents?
That's it.
Sure.
Do you want fucking food or not?
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice and simple. And do you want to pause the cameras when we do that so that you don't have to cut out us eating?
No.
No?
Fuck that.
Alright.
Editing,
Pa. That's for amateurs.
It's bad enough having to fucking sync these two together for the sounding.
Oh, it's so sweet that you actually put this camera on YouTube as well. I thought this camera was just like an aside, like, this is how it should be done. Yeah, this is how it is actually done.
this camera is just to make you two think you're on film.
Yeah, it's not even recording.
He points something at you and it's just to make you feel part of it.
Just to try and improve your role playing.
Yeah.
It's an epic fucking fail, but that's not the point.
Chris hasn't done anything stupid yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's only been conscious for half of it.
Yeah, that is true.
You actually fucking trips over again and gets himself unconscious.
But be careful of Danes. There has been war bans. They haven't come in here because, well, mind you, you've got less people now, but we are, and you can see that he's quite defensive. He's pulled his people back in. There's defensive positions set up. There's watchers. There's signifiers and that. He said we are watching. They come across. There's been some come across the land border.
So normally, what sort of size are they in? If they're not like phalanges or...
No, it's 30 or 40, something like that. It's just a band.
So prefer not to bump into them, just,
Yeah, just keep an eye out. That's all.
What does he know about One Eye at the moment?
I think he's done pretty much like Ardolf's done. He's sworn loyalty, but he hasn't actually done anything about it. I think he's still there.
I think
He's probably getting splinters from sitting on the fence like he normally does.
In that case, I don't think we need to deal with One Eye, because we're going to be marching through multiple manors that all have the same fealty. So we'd have to deal with all of them similarly, or we just ignore them.
The problem is, the only problem I've got with him is the fact that he is closest to the valley.
Please.
I did hear a funny story about Emmond. Apparently they sent a message to Emmond and Emmond cut his head off. Sent his head back.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, he's made, he's nailed his colours to the wall. There's no turning ground for Emmond, but that's always Emmond, isn't it?
Good man.
He's
Good
just
man.
like,
But then, so although he's the closest to the valley, yes. But once we're in the valley, it's going to take a lot more than they can muster to break 50 men in that valley.
If he has turncoated, we'll deal with him afterwards.
Yeah. So since ultimately the information is going to get out regardless.
I'm glad we've got.
I'm hoping they
I would have done
yeah, no, you keep worrying that, you think it's going to be the bloody dogs.
No, this dog is quite clever.
Hello.
Oh,
How are you?
there you go, Tim.
better than the one we brought.
Way better. The two.
Would you like another cup?
Yeah, thank you.
One of them is a dog, the other one's a Mongol.
Very good.
And be offended or offended.
When you're not biting people,
Who's that?
the one that bites me.
Tilly.
Yeah.
Why do you bite you?
I don't know. 'Cause he likes biting me.
Tilly just bites people.
Yeah, just a thing.
Right, onwards.
I've got a cat that bites me now, actually. It's
Only the one?
bloody- only one of them bites me, yeah. Likes biting me in the leg.
Oh,
Really sweet.
lovely.
Can't wait for it to grow up and get bigger jaws.
Right, Tilly.
So yeah, he overnights you, he's sort of, he's not a brilliant feast and all that, but, at least you'd be in the dry. Yeah, in the dry, it's pretty crap weather at the minute. It's going to be in the dry.
It just hasn't stopped raining, has it?
Yeah,
All of this information has saved us time though, because now we don't have to stop at one eye.
No, we can just barrel through.
Bundle through, and if he gets in the way,
yeah.
Then we deal with it.
yeah.
We just come out.
I really do hope we run into some danes on the way.
Oh.
Just to like flex the older muscles,
Yeah.
just to get some revenge.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
okay.
shall
Now we go.
bathe in their blood. Send them to the Narrow House. Some of the youngsters say, fuck up their shit.
I've actually never heard a youngster say that.
Well,
Have you?
my youngsters say it all the time.
But your youngsters say to you, don't they?
Oh, get old,
You fucked up shit!
Dad, you're like a granddad. Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
All the other dads, Raiders, are well younger than you.
Hello. You're very nice, honestly. I'm not in the least bit nervous about having your teeth that close
No,
to
he
my
won't bite
face.
your face.
Oh, good.
Actually-
He doesn't normally bite people's face. I can't see what came over him. Sorry.
It's not just normally hands. It's normally hands when people lean over the fence
Oh, okay.
or lean over the little gate.
He bites me elbow. Hello.
Oh, silly.
How sweet. Yeah, no, I'm not in any way nervous. No, it's alright. Come on. Right, anyway, moving swiftly on.
Just FYI, because you're not going to be able to see Nick, he's talking about a dog at this point. It's not one of us. Crawling around on the floor and dragging on me.
Well, I know that you, yeah, not sort of nosing.
Chris would probably bite your face though, to be
Not
fair.
nosing in me throat. No, I'd
Sweet
probably be a
delicious
little bit
face.
worried about one of you nosing in me
Look at
throat.
him. Oh, he's loving all the snubbly animals.
Uh-oh. Just got excited. He's going to go off and bite somebody else. Go bite Chris, go on. He's wounded. You can take him down with one bite.
Onwards!
Yep.
I say yeah.
There's always good people in the world.
You continue onwards. Yeah, next manor is very quiet. There's not any obvious signs about anything, and you know, if you didn't know any better, you'd think, where's he gone? Oh yeah, that's why he's gone, you know. And yeah, there's sort of some shuttered doors that you can see in the distance. You can
Or a
barely
small
see anybody
straight
moving. Go through. Wet night out. Next morning, weather's still pretty crap. Quite a lot of rain.
Shut up!
Scouts come back and they say there's a small party of Danes on the road.
Frank is hitting me.
Frankie, out!
Small party.
Yeah,
What was that?
there's four or
Small
five.
party of Danes on the road ahead.
Four or five Danes on the road.
That's
Oh,
That's a
perfect.
fucking mistake,
Nice
isn't it?
little warm up. But you've got to assume, why would it be 4 or 5? Where's the rest of them? Is it a forward
Maybe that's
forward
it.
scouting
We
party?
go fight those. We make sure we leave the other Saxons ready to join in, right? So that if there's an ambush, they can.
It's reasonably rocky terrain, so they could have other people. They're obviously not. It's not like vertical mountains or anything. There's rocks and stuff. They could have people within sort of like half a mile. They haven't got anybody within 20 or 30 yards for sure. Well, because you know.
By
you
the
can-
time they get there, then these
But-
4 or 5 are dead.
Yeah, there's you know.
Have they seen us?
They saw the scout. Yeah, scout came back and said pretty sure they noticed us. We noticed them. But there's only 2 of them, 4 or 5. 2 of us, 4 or 5 of them. So they're on the road. Thanks, Jim.
So we reckon we go straight down the middle.
Which way were they
Split them
moving?
into 2.
Towards us?
Yep.
No, they were stationed on the road.
Okay.
I get my bowstring. Ready?
Yeah, when you don't speak-
I'm gonna nudge him, but pick up a real weapon.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be us 4,
Mhm.
and then we'll split the Saxons into 2 just to kind of come round the side, so they can. If there's anyone else, they can join with those. If not, then they get to watch us have fun.
As you get towards, where you're like, oh yeah, there they are. They're moving away from you, going backwards. I.e. retreating back the way they came. Then they're in, they're walking reasonably quickly away from you down the road.
Unfortunately, I'm not that fast a runner, but
How far are they?
let's go. Luring us into a trap.
Range, bow shot, maybe, but it's raining and your bowstring, we might get.
We need to get a bit closer.
Come
yeah.
on!
They're still walking away. They're making out they haven't seen you, but they're clearly.
Come on, fight us, you dogs!
Let's start jogging. I mean, I'll come up, run, but I'll hobble down the.
Yeah, I'll hobble with him.
Let's do this.
Go, Reds!
They move down the road a bit, and then they stop, and they turn round and they link their shields on the road. Do perception.
I used to have a jump.
Uh-oh! Where's the battle music?
Yeah, made it by a million.
There's some more people from
Yeah, there's more of them. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I made it. No.
Well, that's a shame, because we've got a whole fucking load as well.
Yeah, basically, you've just about got numbers. You look at them and you think, yeah, you've got more than they have. There's maybe 35 of them. They got a shield wall set. That's what they were doing. They went back, they set that, and they've got a shield wall set now across the road and this either side of the road.
Right, we don't want to lose anyone. Don't give your lives away being foolish and doing anything overly heroic. But you make sure we've got enough numbers when we get to the valley.
Battle plan there, I see. Yep. Okay, fine. Charge. Well, they hold their wall, but they are waiting to fight.
Back in my day, I'd leap over that wall. I could leap twice the height of that wall, straight over it in the middle.
You're going to be worn out by the time you get there!
They've got a wall, mate. Is there anyone
Kids
behind
today.
the wall?
No, it's a shield wall, mate. That's what shield
That's the whole
walls do.
block. The whole
Revenge.
block.
Right.
James! I fucking hate
James!
James!
He comes out.
Finally, he's fighting with a real
I'm
one.
going to slow him down with an arrow.
It's a shield wall. It's a waste of time, really.
Yeah. I was hoping when those guys
Otherwise,
five.
there's a shield wall, and one of the shields has got 2 arrows in it. There you go. Well done.
I was hoping
Missile fire successful.
because you said that was taken away from us. I thought if I got one, that would slow him down enough for us to catch up. And I didn't, because it's gone that far.
You get the feeling they more or less knew what they were doing here,
Yeah.
apart from they possibly weren't expecting you to have quite so many men.
Shit,
Fuck up my shit.
Apart from that.
spear.
But the thing is, they clearly expected us.
Yeah.
Why? How?
Well, somebody's told him.
I do.
What about that when they're dead?
No, because the last time we trusted somebody that we shouldn't have done, our king's daughter died.
Yeah. But let's
So I want to know who.
I think that was because there was the incompetence of a bodyguard.
Well, that as well.
Okay.
That just exaggerated it.
Thanks, James.
You know, something had to set up for the useless bodyguard to not do his job. Okay, yeah, so we just bundle it and then.
Okay, you can all do me a strike roll, and who are we? Parker, you can do me a battle roll, seeing as how you've been telling the people.
Straight
what
wall,
to
combat roll.
do. Yeah, straight combat roll. I'm going to do one
Yeah, I've
against
got an
you.
11, made it.
Okay, I'll do one against each of you, and I'll do a battle roll against you. So, this is all of you charging into your spear shield wall. Strong.
9. Yeah, 9.
I've got 8, so you have successfully hit.
With my axe shite, which is. What's the damage on this last thing on?
Damage is up the top.
Yeah, of course it is, isn't it? It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, no,
Does a
it's
great axe do
down.
anything else?
I would think you can have an extra one against shield wall, yeah, because it's sort of designed against shield walls, isn't it?
Oh, hello! 6, 12, 13, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 20, 26.
Yeah, that would be enough to actually put a little dent in that shield wall. You basically knocked his shield out of his hand, smashed the shield up, and you know, you opened up a little gap there. Parker.
Did you want battle roll? Or
No, we'll do battle roll afterwards. Combat roll.
got an 11 play for battle roll? Combat roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! 1!
Oh,
Becomes.
Oh yeah,
6.
it doesn't matter. Oh
Five.
yeah, because I'm at pluses, so yeah,
Plus
it becomes
4,
5.
yeah, great. Still less than my 14 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
14.
14, I did not think it too many.
Yep, fine. He hacks at you through that, and you catch up in your own shield.
What's your knockdown?
Oh yeah, my knockdown's shit.
Oh yeah, you're a midget, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, that's
But you've got your
9.
Pardon,
Sorry,
You would have got your shield.
Yeah, so I didn't take any actual damage. I
Right.
just had to make a knockdown check. And I'm rolling dex, right?
Yeah.
I'm up still. I'm up. Boom. Fucking easy, Tiger.
Oh, no.
Oh man!
Um,
What the face?
I've missed.
Okay, so I hit him then, yeah?
Yep.
Ooh, no shield. Fuck him up.
8, 11,
That's a 6.
17.
17. That's hurt him, but he's still standing. But you have damaged him.
Okay.
15.
15. 10. That will hit me.
18.
Ooh, that's good. I've got a shield against you, but it's still. No, he's again hurting, but he's still standing. So generally, you're looking pretty good. Marcus and his battle tech got an 11. Basically, you have an intense. It's very short and sharp and hard combat. You go in hard, you're screaming, you're almost frothing. You go in, you're hacking into the wall. You maybe take a little bit of damage, but you do more. You give out more than you give. And the men behind you really come in hard because this is the first opportunity they've had to get some revenge, and everybody's a bit fired. And the Danes aren't expecting this degree of hostility. They're expecting sort of traditional shield wall, hack, like that, and it's not like that at all, and it just fucks them up. And after about 3 rounds of combat, they just break.
Yeah, I want to snake the Danes.
Chase the fuckers down as best we
We
can.
murder what we can.
Anyone running, I'm going to hamstring them.
Yeah.
You will get to, by the time this battle's over, you're all covered in blood. The last bit of it was like a slaughter. It really was a slaughter. They just panicked. They weren't expecting that degree of hostility and anger, and you sort of channeled it, and you almost fought like animals at the end. You're standing there. There's no Danes moving. You can see maybe 1 or 2 got away, but very, very few got away. And there's all sorts of dying people about, and there's people who've been carved up.
Stepping over the corpses, punching them, going, "You'll see you fight so well."
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we done, are we?
Yes.
I'm taking a moment just to enjoy that embrace, just for a second.
It's
Just caked in blood, feeling good about the deeds we have just done this day.
Smashing one of their heads in with a shield.
people have been doing. I mean, the Saxons got quite into
He's
that
dead.
as well. The Saxons,
He's dead.
The Saxons are sort of like quite happy with that as well.
Boy.
Yeah, that was
The bloodlust sets in, you have to stop.
that was a very successful skirmish. Probably helped by me rolling a 20 on my my battle.
What you mean is, I was a successful.
You were a genius, successful general, and it was in no way down to the fact that I rolled a 20 on my battle roll.
Look, if when we fuck up, it's my fault.
No,
It's your fault when you fuck up as well.
I know, no,
sometimes.
it's fine. It all made sense. They were expecting a fight. They weren't expecting that.
They were expecting.
They got a fight,
Dropping like
just not one that they can handle.
almost like dropping a shield and pulling at their shield to stab them.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
you
"Come
just-
on, shit, motherfucker!
Yeah, you
Damn it, my
like
axe is caught in the shield. Fucking lean over the shield, bite his fucking face off.
you just charged in.
Complete and utter savagery.
You want the other one?
Yeah, I'm in meat on it.
Mate!
that one. That's the end one.
Let's just swap these over.
Meat.
And then you'll have that one.
Meat.
That's the one with chicken and spice.
Meat.
Human face.
Hopefully not. So yeah, you feel, and the good thing is, he said even if 1 or 2 of them might have got away, you get the feeling nobody's running back to send any word because it's sort of a bit embarrassing.
Also, they'd be scared shitless.
Yeah, first question, what the fuck
That's the thing.
to you?
That's worked well enough. They'll be like, there's a bunch of Northmen. Don't go near them. They're nuts.
Fucking
Yeah,
stories.
totally.
Mm-hmm.
It was 100. There's 205. There's 1 million Norsemen. Come from the sky.
Come from this. Rain down on us.
Oh yeah, the fact that their self-esteem is going to require them to embellish the story actually might work in our favour.
They fought like they weren't even human.
It was an army of berserkers. Ah. Ha.
Right, let's deal with our wounded. Of which there must be some. One assumes we've lost some. A couple. 5. Well, we're done with.
5 either dead or so badly wounded they can't continue. You can send a couple back.
Yeah, when we, they know where to go. Don't. So the first house, he's a cunt. The second house along is our mate.
We'll do that. It was sort of. Did we have enough provisions to get down there all the time? We're missing a manor or 2 out, or did we need more provisions? And did they have anything? What could have?
You want to just do a bit of grave robbing again, don't you?
Not grave robbing. I mean more enough to get us down to the valley to make sure we can make it there. Just in case with the next 2 manors we end up with a fight.
Somebody is going around checking the dead Danes for money and food. Honest.
Well, You can do that if you want.
I didn't know if they was like, because there's 35 of them, if they had stuff with
Rather
them.
than that, then he's
Just
not
they-
I might have a couple of
Him and
packs
things.
of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
always
the guy will
one.
have, the guy will have, you know, a dead man who will have a little pouch with a bit of dried meat or something to keep him going for a day.
But so 5 of them were badly wounded. So obviously we'll send them and one other back. The one other healthy to help them.
You've lost 5 men. You'd have had 2 dead and three badly wounded. But, yeah,
Still not bad for 35 of them.
Mm-mm.
no, it was a great victory.
Yeah, they're only on our side.
And complete and utter savagery.
Well,
Just
You call it savagery, we call it vengeance.
don't distinguish the two.
it's just a
It
shame.
was savage vengeance.
And that's just the beginning of our bloody vengeance that we shall wreak upon their kind.
Now, do we carry on or do we put their heads on spikes and make
No,
it
we
sharp?
We haven't got
Put them
time.
right where they are, we haven't
I
got
wish
time.
we had time. I'd love to organise a little bouquet of heads.
35 heads, all of us take a head, all of us put on a spike.
Right, that one's a bit to the left.
Okay, continue onwards.
Reorganise that, it's wonky.
Saying that, just leaving a massive amount of corpses here for the
Yeah,
crows
yeah.
to get.
Yeah, we haven't got time to mess around with it, let's just go.
Okay, and then the next one up is Ozov's. Strangely enough, there's nobody. Again, you go there and it's all shuttered and locked up.
Yeah.
You can see there's people behind the shutters and locked up, but it's like it's defensive. It's hunkered down. This is a hunkered down manor.
It's almost like one Dane might have got there and gone, there's 100 fucking dudes on the way!
Yes, you suspect either that or they had a scout. And a scout has seen, has perhaps watched the battle or something. There's definitely seems to have,
Open up!
he definitely seems to have had some sort of idea of what's going on. Because yeah, he's hung down. I mean, you lot are probably, you know, you've cleaned yourselves up a bit, but you're still very bloody.
You shout, yeah, you side with, if you don't side with us, you don't side with them, you stay out of it.
Damn right.
But it's said, you know, it's
You stay locked up in there.
normally you should really be getting hospitality, but then on the other hand, you are all caked in blood and looking like frothy loonies.
Yeah, I ain't
and-
gonna bother cleaning up until this is all over.
Yeah, and
I think that'll scare him off from coming at us for a while.
well,
But I'm more concerned, like you said, with the Danes being there and just before this manor as well. This seems a bit suspect, to say the least.
there are
They're an
mounted,
invading force, they're everywhere.
yeah, and there is some mounted people about. Not many, but there's one or
They-
two scouts
they
on
expected
horseback who
us.
see stuff.
So yeah, we missed that one out.
All we have to do is hold the valley till Hrothgar arrives.
Yes.
And with your men still.
And sure enough, you go past there, and there's the valley, and you're like, oh yeah, that's good, like that. Steep rocky sides, you know, maybe 2 abreast, the path at the bottom, steep rocky sides up. There's a guy there who's one of the priests.
Better tell him what we're doing.
Yeah, he's like, okay. He's
The rightful king will be crowned here.
well, that is always the way.
And you'll be crowning him.
Well, I won't be.
Well, one
but
of you will.
I know somebody will. Okay. When is he going to be here soon? Shall we start anointing and preparing the sacred tree? In fact, you must visit, and you do, like, he shows you, you've got this, and then you go through, and there's the road at the south to the other end, which is pretty much the same. And steep-sided valley, and in the middle of it, there's this grove, and yeah, you go in the grove, and you are escorted by now. There are these priests with you, scouts with you, and they're like, you know, you can come in the sacred grove and receive the blessing. And in the sacred grove, there's this very old oak tree, and
But
it
we
is
have-
seriously old.
We don't use pious, do we, for what we are? Or do we?
I thought you did. Well, it's pious worldly, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you can go religion.
Yeah, religion. What's religion on here?
Religion, I just said Odin there.
Religion's Odin.
It's a skill, yeah.
Further down.
Religion, Odin, yeah.
But I am a priest.
I wanted to see how, like, where I was on the set.
Well, my father was a priest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you'll recognise this is it's an amazing
Do a roll on
tree.
pious just to see how much this has moved, if this is moving me, or am I still in crazy thing of killing people? Oh, well, okay. Yep. Yes.
and then people on both the north and the south exit just to check to make sure if anyone's going, we get warning.
How long before Hrothgar gets here?
It could be days or weeks. He's raising the
Yeah, we
army.
were thinking a couple of weeks, weren't we?
You know, how long does it take to start an ointment?
So, have I got time to get someone now?
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't need supplies anyway.
Should we leave all the men here and go to your manor house for, or should we take a set amount of them with us?
Half.
We need to make sure we hold this though.
Yeah. I mean, 20 men can hold this place easy.
Yeah, so we leave 30 just to make sure we take the last.
Well,
15.
we lost 5.
Yeah, means we've still got 15. And us 4.
You okay with that? Sure, hold.
I'm trying to work out whether we should leave all the men here
I think we should.
and someone with them.
Or what, and then we go kind of special ops style.
I'm injured and he's got a gammy leg.
Yeah, but he's got to go. Because they're literally going, well, no, he don't. He doesn't have to. He's been to his family.
Yeah.
I can go with you.
Sure, I think if you wanted to under cover of darkness.
How far away is? Oh, we could also go to
Emmons isn't far at
Emmons.
all.
Go to Emmon first. Then we
Emmons
can
is,
always pick up people there to take to
Build
your
us up, yeah.
home, and then bring them back. Yeah. So,
We'll go Emmons in the morning then.
so split the party.
Party, yay!
yay! What could possibly go wrong? Which is the smaller group?
Which is group B, you mean?
Yeah, it is quite. Yeah, this you do know this tree. This is basically supposed to be the oldest tree in Gaetland. You know, this was planted by Odin himself, and is that old? And it is a severely old. And it does, it does sort of move. It depends how religious you are. It does move you a bit. It's very well set up. There's these other trees and that, and then there's this clearing with this oak. And at the base of the oak, there's this stone, and the king kneels on the stone, and that's where he's crowned. That's how it's worked, and you've all heard stories about that. You've probably maybe seen the oak before. It is quite something. You think, oh wow, and you do, depending on how religious you are, you do sort of feel a presence here.
And it's nice to know in a way that our way of life has continued for so long, and now will keep continuing. This is a heart of our lands.
Yep. This is the.
Remember, you're a gate.
Yeah, when the
Yes.
sun comes down in the valley sort of thing, must highlight that tree really well.
These priests are no stranger to combat, though, are they?
Oh no, of course
No,
not.
good.
They're used to fighting. I mean, this has been done before. You will get some. Oh yes, and then there was in the time of Mad King Olaf, and what he did was he sent his people over through him, and they held this valley for 4 days against 1,000 men, and there was only 9 of them, and
And you had a stick between you.
yeah, and they held the valley, and then
I'll ask the priests if they got any healers here as well, and I'll change my bandages and get cleaned up.
oh, you must have got badly wounded in the service of our Lord and our King. Oh, Olaf, Odin heals the righteous. Don't you worry, son. You're just gonna see.
I don't lie to him, but I don't correct him.
Odin will pass his blessing down on you for getting wounded in honest combat, and you'll awake in the morning bright as rain, fully restored to the might of your vigour. Sadly, you got semi-murdered by a peasant, so you don't. He's surprised by that in the morning. He was like, "Oh, I've said all the prayers," and then he's like,
Odin has forsaken you.
"Yeah."
Pray hard enough. Oh dear.
He did die he did get wounded in righteous
You there,
combat
Ben.
against.
Defend the whatnot, and don't forget to
Says it
stand.
a bit less righteous, a bit more of just a battle.
But it was definitely sort of one-on-one heroic combat against a worthy enemy,
It was definitely one-on-one.
It was one-on-one.
But against a worthy combat for a good cause that Odin would have smiled on.
It was to liberate maybe the Suvin region.
I would say that the person attacking him had a good cause.
Yeah.
That might be why you didn't get healed. Yes. and somewhere in the distance, there's this long way away. There's an old man who's just been brought back to life. Odin's like, oh, blessings and fully heal the person who did it. What happy?
Yeah, and you now have a mission. Go and finish the task you started.
Get that sorted out of your mouth.
Yeah, so I'm basically just bandaging myself back up.
You start to get some suspicious looks now by the priest because they think you're probably a bad one.
Could have told him.
Because you're definitely you have to not lean across the camera too much.
Okay, so in the morning, us two will go, yeah?
Hey?
In the morning, us two will go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously, you're splitting the party.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was just two of us going.
Go with him.
Are you sure this is a good idea, splitting the party?
Odin, I've read the runes and Odin suggests that us four should stay together.
What do the runes say?
What do the runes say, indeed? Do
Yeah.
the runes say somebody should go and check the cellar by themselves?
I'll be right back!
In a cabin in the woods, you mean?
Runes said nothing.
Togetherness.
So it's lone wolf.
Does it say GM would just like everyone to stay together to make
It
things
says,
easier?
it says it's group, it's friendship and
Unity.
unity. Maybe we won't go, maybe we
So
will.
should it be us four and then the 15 men that we discussed about before?
We don't need any of the other men at least, but the party should certainly stay together.
I mean, we have plenty of time.
So how about this then? Us four, we leave all the men here, because ultimately they're his men who's coming, so they would know him, and we go to Amand.
Let's see if we can pick up more men.
Yeah, and from there you can decide if you want to go further to your land.
We've got any horses here?
No, not in the valley.
How long's it going to take us to get to Edmund?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah, he's next door.
Alright, let's go. We'll leave the men here.
Okay.
Well, you can't pick up a men here, it's too big.
So episode 1 was your Frankfurter thing. Now it's your
Men here?
men here.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, we did.
Oh dear, oh dear. Are you going for 2 out of 3 fuck ups?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh
I'll
dear.
get them all.
Don't think nothing else bad can happen to you.
Like
That's
having
really a
most
bad
fun,
attitude for
but
any
it
player
wasn't
to
enough.
ever think.
When you say you've got to catch them all, I didn't mean arrows in you.
I've got a blue one, I've got a red one, I've got a green one. Oh.
And then we'll dig you up. You didn't get the yellow one.
No.
Emmond is clearly armed for war. You head up the road towards him. He's got scouts out. He's built some new fences. You know, it's all Emmond is clearly looking like he's setting himself in, and you will get a couple of guys will come out and a couple of guys will come out and talk to you, and you feel there's some more sort of lurking, watching.
Yeah.
But these guys are wearing Emmond's colours, and you think one or two you recognise. You know, this is one of Emmond's guys.
He must be a friend to my man, I'm sure.
You'll know this guy. You've seen this guy before. He's one of Emmond's trusted men.
This is really south.
Your lord in.
I'm not known.
Yeah. What gives it's a sort of bit of a tricky situation at the minute. Where we're expecting either Danes or turncoat Gaiats.
We're neither of those, so you don't have to worry.
We are friends.
Well, we. I know you, man. Yeah, fair enough. Well, come, and he sort of gestures and his sort of men move away a bit, and he leads you through. And yeah, you can see Emmond is clearly gone defensive. He's pulled his men in, and he's sort of got his flocks sort of close to hand and everything, and he's got his people all pretty close to hand. And everybody is a bit jumpy.
He's
Everybody's a bit on
he's
edge.
swearing for the new king, isn't he?
No, he asked to get sworn for the new king, and he cut the bloke's head off and sent
that's
it back
right,
to
that's
him.
So he's super loyal.
So he's yeah.
As a gesture, I will hand my weapon
Mhm.
to them freely.
I would appreciate that. They said it's all a bit nervy, but Emmond will come out and his daughter with him, and he's bids you welcome. Said, God bloody hell, you must have some news. Everybody said you were dead, and in fact, they were the idiots who went with you, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
You have got some news. Beer. And he invites you in the hall and sets out a table and gets some beer and some food brought.
Well, tell him our story so far.
Fucking hell. I knew I bloody, yeah, you said I should have gone with him. Yeah, right, I should have gone with him. Shouldn't he? Stupid mood. I know what you're talking about. And he's like, well, you've had more fun than we've had. Fucking hell. And he goes, I can't believe, this country, he ruled, and then Hrothgar, okay, the original Hrothgar, the old king, he said he was a bit of a hot-headed dickhead, to bless him, but fucking, killing the priest was fucking idiot.
Wow.
Then he fucking goes and kills himself, and you're like, okay, well, fair enough, he did kill the priest, but fucking Olaf, fucking, I mean, I don't blame Olaf, he was always it's a fucking poisonous bitch, Agni. And Beate, nice guy, love Beate, very happy Beate's going to be the next king. Always seeing the potential in that boy. He's straight.
We have men in the valley. We're just waiting for them to arrive, and we'll crown him. So if you have any spare men,
well, at some point we're going to get attacked. There is fighting. I mean, he pulls down a map and he's like, look, at the minute, as far as I know, not leaning across the cameras. There's fighting in the middle. This area around here, these people, we've all gone. There's some loyalty there, and they're coming down and attacking from this way and from there. I think your man is over here. I think they're reasonably okay because there's quite a lot of neutrality in that area, but there is definitely scraps going on in the middle there, north of where you are. There's quite a lot of fighting going on there, and if we're waiting to see who wins, really, it's a difficult one because I mean, if I'd had a son, I'd have probably sent him out. But the thing is, if we go out and then the people we're fighting will lose, then they're going to hit this manor. So at the minute we're defending the manor.
I have a question that I have been putting off throughout dinner. Have you heard any news from my man?
I think there was a raid at some point, but I haven't heard any news. I haven't seen anybody from your manor. Nobody's come here. So.
And you haven't been attacked by Danes yet?
No. Nope. He was one of the reasonably well organised, in that, he had a reasonable amount of fighting men, and he always had he was one of the more powerful lords, he had a reasonable amount of fighting men. He said, no, kind of two of them looked at us, and we looked at them, and they went off to seek easier prey. And then I just had this cocky little fucker came and told me I should bow the knee to the rightful King Olaf, and he's not so tall anymore. That was all we had, and then since then I've pulled the men in. We've been making arrows, just waiting for the stuff, putting spearheads on so the peasants can fight. Give them a bow and a spear, and they're all right peasant, aren't they?
I hate to ask you for more favour, but is there any chance you could spare some horses so we can make it there and back in half the time?
I've got a few ponies, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. Thought he was going to ask for some arrows. You peasant, give this mighty warrior some of your arrows.
Oh boy!
That would have been entertaining.
I mean, as long as we've got the skill, we're not just going to fall off immediately, right?
Yeah. Skill's only for doing clever stuff, really. You can sit on a horse without doing it riding well.
We make it easier for us to get there and back.
Yeah, what skill?
It's under battle.
Oh, okay.
You did have you had a little bit more of us. The Pechenegs taught you how to ride a horse. Well, some of
Not me.
The Pechenegs taught some of you how to ride a horse.
So it's half a day for us to get from the valley to here. How far is it from here to my manor?
If you ride, you can get there by nightfall. If you ride, because it's only this is a sort of lunchtime midday feast.
If you have the horses.
Yeah, you want news. Well, let me know how you go, and I hope things went well. As I said, I would have thought I'd have had some from your man.
We'll be coming back anyway because we'll be at the valley for the crowning
Yeah.
and hope that the Danes don't get there.
No. Right.
Well, having them this way, it means they weren't on the run, so that's a good thing, surely.
Unless they're all killed.
That is certainly a more pessimistic view of the same information.
I guess we'll find out soon.
Aye.
We ride! Slowly.
Big duck,
Yeah. Clopsy, clopsy, clopsy.
these fine strapping men on our tiny Shetland ponies.
With our feet dragging
But
along.
they are shaggy. They are shaggy ponies, and yeah, you sit up and
They're
ride
built
on
for
the
your
ponies.
size, my friend.
Just hold them between your legs and continue to walk.
Well, you are the short person, remember? So you're all right over there,
I'm right.
little 'un.
Yeah, but the ponies make him feel quick.
This is a mighty warhorse!
I'm a bit high up, lads! Lads!
Get a nosebleed!
I want to get down! Nosebleed! It won't stop!
Straw.
Yes.
What family members do you think you've got?
Oh.
All of them, of course!
Yeah, I know. In an ideal world, what family members do you think you've got?
You know, if I can remember when the bit.
I don't think you're very attached, though. I'm not feeling a great sense of attachment.
Oh, yeah, well, the wife was dead, so that's irrelevant. Oh, I've got a boy and a girl, haven't I?
Had.
Oh.
Previously, I was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Boy of 11, girl of 10. Oh, that's right, because the boy was going to be taking over the
11?
farm.
Oh.
Yeah, he was going to be taking over the farm because he loved it. And that's why I left to go do this final quest.
Okay. There's nobody there. It's empty. There's obviously been a fight. There's evidence of a fight. There's graves, but there's nobody there.
Oh, I'm running around frantic at this point. Into you know, our hall and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean the thing is, you know, you had a reasonable amount of people here. You had, you know, obviously there were slaves. So there was your boy and your girl. There were you know, close-ish retainers and stuff like that, and then there were slaves. So you know, there should have been 50 or 60 people here. There ain't that many graves.
Where would your people have gone if they didn't go to...
If you've got a cave nearby, they might have hidden out in.
They would have run into the fields to hide, maybe, but they would have come back for food and shelter.
Alrighty. Go and see Emmon. Did you have friends on the other side they might have gone and visited?
No one that were close enough to.
But if no one went that way to Emmond, the only way they could have gone is the other way.
Yeah, because they weren't down.
How long ago was this?
Couple of weeks. Looking at the soil and that, it's been, you know, been buried a couple of weeks ago.
Would the Danes have taken slaves? Made slaves of these people?
Yeah.
Even of fighting men? Well,
Yeah.
potentially they killed all the fighting men.
Danes would have
So
made,
the
yeah,
rest are
slaving
slaves.
it was certainly acceptable, yes. It is possible that...
If they took, and I'm just, you know, thinking, like if they'd have taken everyone, then who dug the graves and buried people, right? There's no one who would have done that, because they would have taken everyone and left the bodies, right? So clearly some people stayed here for at least a little while before leaving to go somewhere else.
Presumably.
Or there were two attacks. The first one they killed all the fighting men, then they went and did something else, and came back to enslave them people. Or they made them do it as slaves.
Well, let's have a look round and like spread our search bubble out so we can see if we can find any kind of any
I'm
tracks.
just checking the fields where the kids would used to play and hide.
There's no sign of anybody living about. You'll go, basically you all look round, you do whatever you do, your searching, you do any sort of types of tracking and stuff. There is, looking around it, you can sort of read a bit of a story. There certainly was a group of people that came from the south, i.e. the Danish land border, and went back to the south. There also was a group of people that came from the northeast, and went back to the northeast.
That's not Ozzel slot? No.
No,
So
not
the other
northeast. Northeast is away. It's a direction you haven't been yet.
Northeast is going to be in the central area, isn't it?
Northeast is
Where
more
that
the
whole
central.
conflict
Your borders to the northeast is a guy called Vigmund who you knew vaguely, weren't particularly close to him. He was a neighbour. You knew him.
Maybe if you've seen that your
Christmas card relations. That
man
was
is
it. You know.
weakened, that he's coming
Then
to
that would
pick
be
loans.
Perhaps we should pay him a visit.
that would be the area where we were told that all of the conflict and the war was going on.
It's certainly closer to it. Yeah.
Yeah, could your people went off to do, after being told, went off to fight with them?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Followed by a bit of cheese. Story of my life.
We're always defeated by the simplest things.
I often defeat myself. Oh.
You still lose that somehow.
Or was it dragging the alpha in a way?
Yeah.
Bless you.
We've got these ponies now. It's going to be quicker now to go and visit that other guy and see what his deal. I mean, you should know something if nothing else.
How many days ride would
If
you
he
say
knows
that
too
would be?
much, then we argue with
You'd be
him.
able to tell you.
How many days ride would that be? I was asking sure because if he might be coming from
He
maybe the first
wouldn't
one.
know in terms of pony, would he?
Oh,
It'll be another half day probably.
We can do that.
Cashier for the night.
I'm afraid the hospitality won't be brilliant.
Oh.
I
There's
don't
a
know
roof.
if it's spoiled, so
Glad there's a
I'll
roof.
try and scavenge up stuff in the hunt, maybe see if we
Hospitality
can
is
get a
enough
bird.
amongst friends.
Hi.
It is yeah, it's clearly been
And
picked
we'll
pretty
give you
big.
Yeah, so I'll try and get a bird for us or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to fight over one sparrow.
I mean, like geese.
A single three-eyed raven, like, caw. So we would hear it echo across the sky
If it
and
did, I wouldn't
sound of
shoot a crow.
thunder and funk. Oh fuck, what's he done?
It would be a crow I shot.
Is he hunting on my lands? Fucking string him up!
Yeah, why are you dead? I kept on hunting for people to eat.
White stag, majestically, omen of good fortune. Bong.
Only a good fortune to Chris because he's going to get fat.
And the king rides past, and his horse gets an arrow in the head.
Sorry.
And he starts dragging his horse away to eat it.
Mine now.
I didn't shoot you. I just shot the random bit of livestock that happens to be between your legs.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll get stuff in. Weird.
Nasty night's sleep for you, particularly Straw. Because you're like, this is, sure, this is the shell of my house, but where's my stuff?
I ain't sleeping.
It's been picked clean.
And that's the thing, it has been picked clean.
It has been.
I'm starting to get a bit panicky because we've been to 2 different lands now. Both of them have been raided on with us away. I've also done something what's very bad, and I'm thinking if there's, mine's going to be worse. As much as I have the faith in my men to protect my land, I'm starting to get really worried about it.
I mean, we know how stories go. It starts off bad, then it gets worse, and it continues to get worse. And we haven't seen your family yet, so clearly there's just a crater where your entire manor used to be, with the flaming corpses of your family just there.
I'm not in the slightest concerned with my manor, because my problem is your wife was looking after my children, because I have no wife, and my children were not at your manor. So I'm completely now coming to terms with the fact that I don't have children any longer.
What were your children's ages and sexes?
Son of 7, daughter of 5.
Basically, if you'd asked his wife, she would have said, "Oh yeah, when we got raided, we packaged them off inland to a cousin because we thought it was safer because we'd already been raided, and we sent the very small ones."
Obviously, I didn't ask.
But clearly, you only just remember to be concerned about your kids.
No, I just completely forgot that they weren't in my manor.
He just completely forgot he had kids.
Yes.
Parent of the year here. Woo!
we spent a whole day and a bit there, so I'm sure that would have come up in conversation.
Yes, I'm sure that would have come.
Yeah, like, where the fuck are my kids?
He's remembering it an hour or whatever later. An hour later in that night,
Yes.
would have remembered it.
Children. I have children. Yes, I do have children.
Had some pets that were quite loud and spoke words. Or it might have been kids.
And then my friend came along and started hunting them.
Man, the most dangerous.
I'm just checking if this spear's sharp. Yep, that seems to work nicely.
Okay, you get to right. Vigman's manor again. He's obviously armed. He's pulled the people in. They're very surprised to see you. They're like, "Oh, you're alive. You're alive?
Open the gates, I want to speak to your lord.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem." They're all a little bit quiet around you and that. And they're like, "He's alive. How can he be alive? He's alive up there. He's alive."
Fucking stomp him through.
Vigman's like, well,
What has happened?
um,
Where are my family?
I don't know.
But you've been to my lands.
Yeah, we saw smoke. They sent the men out. We saw smoke. By the time we got there was bodies. We buried the bodies.
My children.
Just a moment. And he shouts and he said, "I don't believe your children were there." He said, you were in charge of this, the men we sent. He said, "Lord, talk to this man. This is, oh yeah, no, your children weren't there." There were 12 bodies. 8 of them were men, armed retainers, who clearly died with wounds to their front. There were 3 slaves who also died with wounds to their front, and there was a woman who had been used. She was older, but that'd be like, that's a kitchen slave. You remember her?
Slaves then.
Where could they have gone then?
Back to Danelands. They go back over the border to the south. Thank you, my lord.
Yes, you'd have done the same for me.
Indeed.
We're waiting now. The fighting is only a bit to the northeast now, and we're waiting to see. It's getting well. What we need some leadership. All we're getting told at the minute is Olaf is going to be the king, and a lot of people don't like Olaf.
Olaf will not be king.
Olaf's a bastard.
He will not be king.
I've told them that I don't. I actually went to see, and I've seen Torgrim with my eyes. Torgrim, who was Beate's man, and now he works for Olaf, and that was enough for me. If you have somebody who was your brother's man and your brother dies, and then this man comes to you, he doesn't work for you, that's wrong. At the very least, you send him away in punishment as having, failed your brother. You don't give him a nice job and nice woolen cloak, So that was all I needed. So no, I've said I don't back Olaf, but the people don't know what to do. There's plenty of people who don't like Olaf. He's not a very popular man. There's Danes everywhere. The Danes of some places, the Danes have wiped out families. A lot of people don't like the Danes now. Some of them are scared of them, but more of them are angry. But
We need the king to unite the tribes, and soon.
yeah, we do. We do, but
Good job he's on the way.
Indeed.
well, I hope so, because it's a mess, and we need somebody to believe in. We need somebody to lead us again, and it's not going to be Olaf.
Oh no.
It would have been Beate. I would have followed Beate. I would have followed Olaf until Torgrim turned up. I didn't think Olaf was that bad. I knew he was a bit dodgy, Remember that time he cheated in that contest? But, he's a kid, you should have...
Hrothgar, you going to be the new king, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hrothgar will be regent until other
That's
Hrothgar.
it, yeah.
Side with us and kill any Danes on sight.
We've not had any Dane attacks. It's a sad thing, but basically when the people got attacked by Danes, then the surviving manors, we've now, as you can see, we've put new fences in, new walls. Every man is armed. We've given the peasants bows.
My lord, that is a fitting weapon for peasants.
That's what we thought.
Not
With that,
warrior's weapon. It's used for that or hunting.
yes, you could give it to the peasants so they, one or two looks, but too polite to say anything. Mummy, why's that man got a pen? Shush.
Because he's a peasant scum. Right.
Can you spare any men to help us hold the valley, or do you need?
No, because basically at the minute I'm waiting to see, and we will probably get attacked here. When the call goes, when the king is crowned, and when the king issues the summons to war, then me and mine will be there. The rightful king. We will follow the rightful king.
Oh, we'll see you there.
And he casts fists for you and wishes you the very best and good luck on finding your family. They will still be alive. They will take them as slaves.
There is that.
Is there any news of my manor and tell where it is?
I don't think the Danes raided that far up.
Thank you.
My understanding is that the Danes didn't raid that far up because that way there's more. Well, it's not quite as far as you. I don't think where you were is where the wall was. I think the wall was more inland. But I think the Danes raided this side first and the south and that, and then I think perhaps Olaf has realised now that having Danes raid has just really pissed people off.
No shit.
And there's a lot of people now who are very angry about it, and even the people who might be inclined to support him are being a bit careful because they don't want Danes raiding them, and they, it's like, he's alienated a lot of his supporters. A lot of people now won't follow him because of that, and even the people who would follow him are not sure about it
So
anymore.
we have to kill him.
And all the Danes.
Oh yeah, but we'll have to kill him first and then take our lands back and then push in a Dane land. We can get our revenge against them. And then eventually their children will get revenge against us and the cycle of life continues.
Not to mention, you've got to also defeat Charlemagne and go and sack Byzantium.
Yep, that as well.
Okay, good.
Those two parts are just side ventures in our spare time.
Oh, and in defeating Charlemagne, stop the spread of Christianity, which is starting to look a bit dodgy at the minute because it's sort of spreading through Europe a bit. It's clearly burning out. You haven't got any religious people who watch this, have you?
That'd be stupid!
That's all right, then, good.
I'm just visualising an alternate history where this actually happens and we're like, fuck this nerds, and just change the whole of European history.
Charlemagne died in single combat against the Viking champion.
Yeah.
The Franks were not with a bow. The Franks were pushed back.
Yeah.
Christianity was sort of withered and died. Odin's religion spread. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a better world now, wouldn't it?
As we sit here drinking out of skulls.
Yeah.
Guarantee there'd be a lot smaller welfare system.
Yeah, so that's how they say. He has got some support, not so much local. What he has got, Olaf, is they have, he came with his household guard. He's got a few hundred good quality Danes.
I really want to get hold of him. I really want to get hold of more Danes.
These days we've been doing a YouTube channel where we don't forget to raid and pillage.
If you want to raid and pillage, if you don't want to raid and pillage, you don't have to raid and pillage. But we would like it if you raided and pillaged. And until next time, keep raiding and pillaging. Love it. Right. Back to the valley then.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, first back to.
Oh yeah, back to check your resources back and thank him.
Around.
Yeah, as he said, he's sorry couldn't do
No,
it.
we won't.
Couldn't get his people out quicker.
Would it not be better if we asked to keep them, take them to the valley, because then once we have installed the rightful king, we can then faster get to the villagers or get to the manors and tell them.
Yeah, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, if he's okay with us keeping them.
Yeah,
It's full.
Fuck you, we're keeping your horses! As you ride past.
kidding. Your credit card deposit in there.
Oh, uh-oh.
Release the hounds.
Hello. You're not going anywhere near the food.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Jane.
Yeah, sure. Thank you,
Jane, can you take that?
Oh, that's why you've got two, so you can just switch them in and out. Thinking, Batman.
You found cheese on the floor, doesn't it? No.
Oh, thank
smell
you.
it.
People are busy. Well, not very busy at home.
Thanks, you're quite useful. I might keep you. Only might. Only might. Go on, off you fuck. Go on, go. Get out your flea-ridden whore bitch. And you dogs, go on, out. Go on, Ted. Off you go. Keep going.
It's the way
Okay,
to
stop in the door like that. Yeah,
I made my decision.
I'm a big dog, I'm just gonna fucking stand here.
Okay, so another day sees you back home at the valley. They've had nothing to report. They've got solid blocks on north and south.
Well, all we're doing now is wait, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you bring your food back?
No.
No, there's not.
Well, we can go out into.
Well, lucky we're still
We've got our
got
super bowman.
Yeah, there are some small. You know those little things like rabbits that don't have proper ears are about this big that are good eating for about a small child. There's a few of them about.
Oh, yeah.
Pikers, they're called.
Oh, is that? That's what I think what they were. Like,
Lemmings or whatever.
It's there. So yes,
These
provided you've got a.
a way across something.
So yeah, they're sadly not great. Strangely,
I'm
this
sure will
strangely
supply
this
food.
rocky valley is not endowed with large herds of ungulates and things like that for somebody to shoot.
I'm sure Ellen will look after us, right?
It can get you some food, yeah. You know, it's just you're not going to be eating well here because they've got some food, and you'll get a super hunting person will manage to kill you a good couple of three of these piker a day, which is going to mean everybody's going to get that much meat a day.
a sliver of pike meat.
That's assuming we had a good hunter with us.
Yeah,
Slice of a wafer thin meat.
yeah. It's
Oh no, I possibly shouldn't.
it's a lean time with regard to food.
Those Danes
Yeah,
earlier.
From the two manors, because we can also ask the other manor as well if we ride back out there. Try and
Well, it's
What
3
the one-
miles away.
I was going to say, well, the one who's north of you, remember the one who didn't answer, who didn't come to the door? When you went
No,
up,
no,
you were going
I
to ask him for food.
I remember we went to Raymond, then we went to Straws, then we went up, didn't we? So there's the one there, so it must be within.
The problem you have at the minute is everywhere has either been...
shut up so they keep their own food.
Yeah, they're either been raided or they're afraid of being raided, and nowhere is going to go, here, have all the food I've got.
Thank you very
Because nobody can really do that.
So we don't all have to sort of
Just
eat lean.
tighten them belts.
As
Yeah.
much as we can.
Yeah, tighten them belts, that's it, you just eat hard. Right, okay, so after about a week, the guys in the past will say, yeah, they've now seen there is elements of foot coming this way and they look like Danes.
Ah, fighting begins.
So they said, right, okay.
Let's get ourselves battle ready. I'm going to go and leak my proverbial lizard. I'll empty the bladder pre-battle. I'm old now.
Right, let's
Yes.
go out there and meet them.
I thought you'd just do that in the front row of the shield wall. You're fairly famous for that. Get my own back on a bit of cheese.
Ah, damn your cheese!
Swords out, dicks out, or something.
What? Eh?
So they're going from north to south. Or should we wait until Parker gets back?
They're going to be coming from the north, aren't they?
Yeah. Because they're coming from the south, they're sacking them first.
Oh yeah, so I still want like 10 people on the south just in case. I don't want anyone to flank us and get past us that way.
Well, he was born in barn.
With the dogs.
It's funny that you believe he was born. I believe he was created. Test
Like in a
tube.
lab.
Yeah.
Moulded.
Yeah. 3D printed by straw.
It's
Slightly quicker than his youth, but probably not a whole lot.
When these kids, Michael was born and they didn't realise the mistake, so Aidan was test tubed and then they found me in the woods.
Well, they clearly didn't realise their mistakes, then they, if they took you in.
Yeah.
So when they told us that they were coming, did they say, give us any estimate on numbers, or just...
Looks like quite a few. Thank you, Jim.
Okay, so a nice ambiguous number, quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we set everyone at the front, have the 10 out back so we don't get flanked, make sure they're there, and then...
Well, if it's
push
two
them
a
out
breadth,
again.
and we need to be at front, 100%. I'm not going to have some other man do my fighting for me. I will stand shoulder to shoulder with my brothers, but someone else will not take this duty from us.
I'm waiting for him to say, I'm going to shoot someone.
I don't want to, I want to pepper them with all the arrows and then fit the bow down. While they're coming in.
Well, they've got 4 legs, can we eat them?
No, but
Because otherwise...
still take a couple out on the way.
How heavily armoured are they?
The people at the front are the elite house guards. These are good quality Danish elite soldiers. You look at them and you're like, yeah.
Yeah. I was just shooting into the mass. Seeing if I can slow
Your
it down.
couple of arrows, mate, ain't going to thin them out enough.
No, but it's like just annoying. So if you get one in the leg or something, it's great.
I thought you like fired one arrow right through the whole line of 20 men, right?
No, I was just saying, I was just peppering like all the arrows up and slowing down a bit, just straight up into the
Again, there are some
group.
people with arrows in their shields. You see these people coming towards you. I mean, they're difficult to tell numbers, but there's obviously quite an amount. Foot Danes, you know, proper elite household types, household guards, armour, shields and all that, axes. And their ranks thin, and a guy rides up, and you recognise him. It's your Lord's son-in-law, Olaf.
Oh.
And
Is he armoured?
Just wear on his own?
Yeah.
Of course he's armoured.
That's that over.
You learned this little trick down in Byzantium, didn't you? Shoot the guy in the face before anyone does anything.
You're in the way here. We're just going into the valley, and you and your men are in my way.
Unlucky.
I'm afraid this valley does not prohibit traitors.
I suggest you turn around, kiss your horse's arse and ride away. Because you're not stepping 1 foot in here.
You can't stay in there for very long. It's a valley. Great. So there's rocky sides of it. There's a few of you. We'll kill you.
You can try.
Bring it.
Ready when you are, boy.
Well, I tried.
You get in the fight, you can stand at the back.
I'll come in a bit later on.
Oh, yeah.
Don't lead, eh?
I've got guys who quite like to get in there first. I'll see how we do, eh?
Nothing like inspiring your men.
Well, I hope that your horse can jump over corpses, because there's going to be plenty of your corpses to be jumping over.
And he basically just rides back a little bit and he goes, well, Captain's like, yeah, fair enough.
As soon as he turns around, I shout, coward!
You wait for him to turn round before you call him a coward.
What is wrong with you?
No, not the turn around, because he's riding off because he didn't come in. Not
As long as
that.
he's not look, as soon as he stops looking at me, coward.
I meant because he's riding off instead of coming this way.
Oh my word.
Oh,
I
wow!
didn't mean it that way.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, thanks.
I know what you meant.
He looks over his shoulder and stares at you and you
Wasn't me,
Yeah, like the leader of the Saxons.
Yes, he's not coming in that way.
oh dear.
Okay, well,
Annoyingly, you need to guard both ends, so to speak.
Yeah, I said there's
He
10
might be-
men on the back and the rest of us out the front, and just to make sure we don't get flanked.
Yeah.
they all have shields, the Saxons, yeah? Okay. They'll be fine.
So, do we?
Yeah. Do we?
I didn't know if you lot had to sort
Yeah.
of two handed.
No, it's, we're concerned that you might not have a freaking shield, Mr. Bowman.
I have a shield and a spear.
Make sure mine's strapped on, because
Yeah.
I'll hold it very well, break the spear.
Okay, are you going to take point with the two, or what? There's 2 men at the front. Then you can have 2 men behind, but the 2 men at the front are clearly your like elite warriors, etc., no pressure or anything. But
That will
obviously,
be. Yep. Have they got swords or spears?
no, they'll have swords and axes.
What do
So-
you
Sword and shield.
Axe and shield.
I'm scared.
Oh,
I'm
you're great
scared.
axe.
You
I am
two
a great
first.
axe.
We wouldn't know how to fight with each
However.
other. So you two first then us two spearing behind you every time they make a push.
Every time they fumble, of course, you'd be like, I just poke it from here!
Just turn around and look at Chris and go, yeah, your spear is sharp! Oh!
Which of you looked
Look at that shield arm of yours, just make sure that's tight.
Oh, yeah.
He's nailed it to you.
No question, but one of you has got the world's most notorious fumbler fighting behind them.
fuck is out the front?
Oh, it's what could possibly ever might go wrong. Okay,
Coming around our house with
Dice rolls are my friends.
Not mine, mate.
they're going to do a wedge. So it's sort of all really on one guy at front. So he's sort of G'ing himself up. He will basically come in and then he's going to be shielded on both sides by his men. He's just going to come and charge.
They're not going to be able to, there's not going to be that much room for them to do that, so.
No, but that's why he's the point man.
Yeah,
The point man you think is probably going to change
We try
fairly
and let
often.
him shield him, and then we step, and he oversteps it, falls
And
back,
then
they fucking, then
Yeah.
bonk. Yeah?
So we'll hold our shields in. When he comes in, we give him a couple of little jabs and then
Just let him
flip,
him through.
drag him through, and then
Yeah, so we've got our little plan. I don't know if you want a battle roll or a...
Are you telling all of us, or just you?
yeah.
The guy who's
That's all right.
you can see he's G'ing himself up and that, and they're all talking and that, and then they set the line in and then they move in quick.
How big is this one on the front of theirs?
He's a big guy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's a big guy and he's frothing.
We've seen that before.
Kill cats, kill cats, kill cats, kill cats. Comes in 200 axe.
Their armour's weak in the neck.
how many arrows did you bring? 11! Right!
Right, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy striking. He's hitting Parker. Aim for the old man.
Yeah.
Remember, take the hit and then we move.
Okay, well, you two can roll hits because you can both fight him and he's fighting you.
Normal axe, normal
Roll
axe. 21.
That's not.
I didn't.
Yeah, God. It's 9.
12.
At least you get your armour, eh? He's coming in frothing. Do you hit him?
9.
Yeah, okay, well you'll get a hit on him then. He hasn't got a shield, he has got 12 points to change.
So hit Parker first, though, then anyway.
You do your damage on him first.
5, just 5 dice. It's not the right
Before we
axe.
do this, who's on the left and right? Are you actually in like where you're sitting now? I was wondering when you go down, which one of us goes forward?
20.
That's a good hit. I'll give him well, no, he won't get a knockdown roll because he's berserk. 36?
36.
36.
36.
Ow!
You get to take your shield and
Yeah,
armor.
minus that is 20 through.
Oh! Cripes!
I rolled 19 and he was inspired.
Ah!
So I'm not quite unconscious. I'm on my whatever.
You're going to be taking a knockdown for sure.
You're definitely, isn't that automatic knockdown for you, isn't it, 20?
I would imagine so.
Because you've
Is
got
it
to die.
dying? Is it dying,
Yeah,
right?
dying.
Yeah. Bonk, down
So
my
the
belly.
brilliant bit is, what we do is, as he comes in, we feint and then we let him through, right, remember? Because she's done.
Yeah. Ah!
Not quite what I meant!
Parker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just doing, yeah, okay.
Yeah, location.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5.
Right in the middle.
You're down an eye then, I'm afraid.
Okay.
You're gonna have lost 9. He's hit you hard in the head with a big axe. Your helmet's taken a lot of
And
it.
then he's come through, so I'm smashing through over him. I've smashed him in the back.
You've smacked him hard, so that's.
And then he's there
And
for
with
you.
experience straight
And
away
then just-
as he comes through.
By the gods, it's now just me at the front going, uh-oh.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I'll be out again in a sec, don't worry.
No.
What game are you thinking, mate?
Your helmet is basically it's melded in at the minute. You're going to need work to get it out because you can hit with an axe here.
I'm not worried about it now.
No.
I'll worry about it later.
Yeah, sure.
Are you
Just
still
at the moment.
conscious?
Yeah, just.
Oh.
Yeah, you're he's gone down. He's got a big dent in his helmet and he's spraying blood, but
Right.
he's still moving. Yeah, you two can have spear attacks.
That first.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget Odin lost tonight, guys.
13.
Yeah, he doesn't get the against you. He's relying on the fact he's got 12 points of armour, quite a lot of hit points, and he came here to die. So actually, he's done what he mainly. He's sort of almost this one here. And the next row.
18.
18.
23.
That's good. He is, you know, you look at him after you three have finished hitting him and you think a normal man should be pushing up daisies by now. He's badly wounded. He clearly is badly wounded. He's still going, but he's not going quite the same gear as he was going. But he's you know, you both speared him as he's gone through over.
I got out with bow bits now. He's still going, oh fuck.
You're going to get two guys on you because you're trying to protect Parker and block the gap by yourself.
Yep.
In the next round of combat, things will move and people will shuffle up, but immediately after that, as he's gone through, the two guys immediately will engage you. He's going to go for one of you two. Okay.
I am inspiring myself on honour.
Yep. 10.
Yes!
You'll be pleased to know the two guys following him are just normal elite Danes. They're not frothing loonies.
I like just normal elites.
They're one frothing loony.
So that puts me on 26.
Yeah, I had them down as about 23, I thought.
26. I'm going to split
Okay.
and go 13 on each.
Okay. Right, these are... Okay, so I've got 2 attacks against you.
Off!
Well, I've got 2 hits, but they're not very high hits.
Well, I've got 20 with the first one.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Critical with the last one.
Let's be nice and say you did that the other way round.
Yeah.
Because technically, if you got a 20 with the first one, you just hurled your axe on the floor, and then you say you criticaled, and then you drop your axe. Actually, what you've probably done is it slipped out your hand and is embedded in somebody.
Hopefully it's embedded in him.
Yeah, well they both would have hit, so you're going to get the shield, but...
6, 7, 10, 11, 12, that'll be 22. No, 24.
That's what I was going to say.
That's not brilliant,
It's
is
not
it?
brilliant.
No, because he's got his armour up, so he's got 18, so that's 6 through. Basically, your shield's stuck in, your axe is gone right into his shield, hit him in the shoulder, and is stuck in his shield, and the sweat and the blood and that.
Oh.
You just pull back, and the sweat and the blood and that is.
And then I get hit.
You get hit by the other guy.
No shield.
Who's only doing 4d6 dust? Not bad for 15.
15 armor and 10, that'd be 5 through.
Can I attempt to make a passion roll to try and get up?
Yeah, you can do anything non-combat wise because you had such a shock in that round. You're not fighting, but you can regain your senses, inspire yourself, whatever, anything like that. Sure, you're just not fighting because.
I mean, I'm inspire honour at this stage because although I do hate the Danes, it's more important that we stay here rather than charge into combat. So I just want to stand up and inspire honour.
1 to 3, 4, 6. 2 is fighting.
It's not easy. Maybe I fucking.
I'm a non-wounded person.
Dave McConaughton.
Plus 5 to my speed.
13.
I wonder what that will be.
What? I rolled a 10, but my spear is
Awareness?
22, so that'd be 12, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hit you.
Yep.
I knocked out one eye, but the other eye is really good. That's 5, you say?
17.
Okay, that'll be 1 through, won't it?
Yeah, because you're a shield.
Shield, yeah.
Me, because
You are in a knockdown though, I would think, unless you're really fucking huge.
Nope, I'm not. And I'm down.
Oh, he's gone for him, so I'm going to pull and stab again.
Got lasers.
Yes,
Yes,
that's all
yes.
that
Oh,
matters.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
taking these.
That make it a lot easier, isn't it?
19.
He's badly wounded. You reckon one more will put him down?
He's a beast.
He is a beast, and also he's quite heavily armoured.
For having that time.
Right, you're knocked down, but you can get up or fight from the ground next round. You've got one. You will have another one filling the gap, but if you don't stand up, somebody will step over you. So you'll get.
I'm up now. I've made my honour, so I'm up, and I will grip my
Because
teeth.
you've got Saxons who are like supporting you from the back to make sure nobody pushes you out of the way, and they're quite you know they're basically come on, just get out of the way. We'll fight him. Don't mind. You know. So okay, so you're on 1 each, fighting now against.
What we'll do is after this round, We'll pull back and let some of the Saxons come in, so we get a quick breather, and then we keep swapping like that.
He's going to stay. He's going to fight you next round.
Oh, because I'm
Obviously
hitting
not.
spearing.
Yeah, he
He went
knocked
down
in
there
there
and
and
I
he
went,
was-
that is shit.
Those nerves.
I need to try and get my axe.
Ah, you need to. Oh dear. Well, he's just hit you, so you need to do something.
It's quite long guy, so you're
20 high.
rolling your...
Even though 20's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
it's
still
not bad,
obviously
is
not
it?
doing any damage, though, am I? So,
20's not automatic fail for you.
It's
not on your combat roll.
22, 23, so I would have criticaled,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't got my fucking weapon. I'm like, boss! Give me that axe! Oh!
Anything
I don't think that'll
18
go
and above is
through.
critical.
No, he hits your shield. Parker, I've got 4 against you.
19.
Well, if that's a hit, you hit. I've got
I
4.
mean, there's a hit because I'm adding the 9 from my 29. Right, you add the 29.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You
it's
got
not a crit.
29
He's
hits?
inspired.
Oh, was that the
I mean, I've already got 24.
Yeah, that's still really high.
Good. So it's just straight normal damage,
Straight normal damage.
which is mediocre. 11.
Ooh, right.
Not enough.
That's not even a knockdown.
Well, shit!
Patches
Still
down
my
his
axe
shield.
now.
You're picking yourself up. He's hitting you.
I get a fight back.
You do. This is his last hit, I
Oh,
think.
fuck. It's a pass, but...
That's not a very good pass.
Five.
5. Oh, unlucky. I got 6.
Oh, no! 3 plus 2, so it's
Yeah.
5.
Down goes
Shit, it's down this mortal coil.
That's quite good for 4d6.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's what we were doing.
2 4s, a 5, and a 6.
Oh, no.
I reckon then, by my reckoning, that's 19.
Oof!
It's 3 through, but that is a knockdown check.
That's where you get fucked over, isn't it?
Now I've got size of 15 though, so lucky for me. And I pass it.
Your knockdown checks on your dex, not on your size.
Oh, I got 3 and that's
Yeah,
12 now.
It's your, it's
sure
whether you,
it's on
it's
the
whether
line?
you get a knockdown.
It's just I read on the line.
Yeah, that's your knockdown. That's in whether you're knocked down.
Ah, okay.
So I've got to do more than 15 points to knock you down. But once the test is on your dex,
Yeah, so I
I
managed
believe
to
rules
pass
monkey.
it.
That is correct.
Yes. Modified by armor type.
Oh god, yeah. That'll really fuck him up. Oh well, he's still going. I thought he'd be
You
dead
only
by
just
now.
drew
I thought I
weapon this
might
time, so you're at minus 3 for quick
die,
draw.
then I die.
And then you're at minus another thing for something else.
Should we play GURPS?
Yeah.
Let's play GURPS.
You said I could fight from the floor, yeah?
You can fight.
Yeah? So I'm gonna try and spare him from the floor.
Yeah, you're at minus 5.
Okay. That's fine. If he's not, because he's not attacking me, is he?
No, no, it's just right.
No.
That's
Oh, that's
appalling. That's 9.
No, you're
That's
right.
gonna do nothing.
You just bounced off his quarterback. Right, he's still up there. He thought he'd be down, so he's going to carry on fighting Chris.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, you can only fight one person at a time, and he's sort of single-minded. Yeah, you two. Well, you said there's still people fighting.
I need a weapon. I'm still weaponless.
Okay, somebody will pass you something. You're on a normal. Somebody will pass you a sword. They'll
Yeah,
pass you a
sort of
from
in
behind.
those goblins.
Bloody sword.
I will hit them with.
I want the axe!
No! Sword!
Yeah.
What's this?
3!
Oh
What do you do with it? In combat, the bloke goes, you've got a sword, he goes, here, take my sword. And you're like, good, and that. It's a fucking sword!
You'd be better shield bashing.
What the fuck is this?
You know, a sword, the traditional weapon of all of our people that we have fought with.
Yeah, we like swords.
Yeah, we're axes.
Shut up!
What we use, right, so their attacks against
Oh,
you
you got rid
two.
of them. I can't even use that.
Ooh, that's not bad, but
You
it's
can
not.
use a sword though.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, I've got
that's
two
not
15s. Yeah, two 15s.
Do an axe.
Sadly, they're on 18s, they're not criticals.
Oh, no! That's mediocre.
But they're not attacking you, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are.
It's too
That's
big to
going to
find.
be
So
11.
You've succeeded, but
I hit you.
Yeah, I've succeeded.
11, I've rolled 13 and I've got a skill of 3. Which is shit, because I'm really good with my axe and shield, but you give me a sword and all of a sudden I'm like, can't use my shield either. I am a complete mumbies.
Yeah, so
Look at me throwing
clearly
this away.
some more directional advice to the people behind you would be used.
Get me a fucking axe!
Axes
my
are
word.
growing.
20.
On me?
Oh,
He's down again. Fucking hell.
Actually, no, 20 on straw, you're right. 20
Oh,
seems to be unfair.
Just look, you just get up, down you go, down you go.
Get up again, get up
knock
again.
down test.
I don't want to do 20 on Parker because I'd double his knockdown again.
I am on my arse. And it was what, 20, wasn't
Yeah.
it? So that'll be 10 points through. Is that a wound? No.
That's not bad actually, Parker. You got 17 on you.
17, I got my shield up right.
So that's 1 for it. But that is a
That's
knockdown
2.
too.
Yes, no knockdown.
That was teeth on the arse.
Oh, fucking. Oh, no. Oh, no, we're
Yes.
only on +5 for that, aren't we?
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
so we failed it.
So he's down again.
So the front
Oh, we're
row.
both down. Front row's down.
I'm never going to keep me down!
I decided the front row's down, and me and you are fighting.
I'm pushing out, 'cause I'm still confident. Saxons, move forward.
Yeah, yeah, they
So
are.
they're going to step over you for the moment.
They are.
Honest. No.
Step on your
His
knackers.
boss is big fucking nose.
Well, you should be able to put him down this round.
Yeah, hopefully.
Unless he criticals.
Well, then yeah, but they only kill one of them. They're both of them fighting him. He's still fighting Chris. He doesn't like changing targets.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the ground, aren't I?
You
So.
might as well
That's a
fucking
hit.
like that. Oh, that's better.
14.
17.
Okay, you will hit him.
Boo!
Oh shit.
Ah!
Oh, that's better. That will be only 14.
That's only 2 points through. No, he's still going, I'm afraid.
I got off 2 to
Does he not?
1.
Are we not even getting close to his knockdown?
Oh yeah, you are getting. No, I'm not giving knockdown because he's frothing.
Ah,
But you basically you have done about 30 points of damage to him.
yeah, you know that? I want to hit him as well from the
The
ground.
bloke you put at the front of a wedge has to be a bit fucking special, otherwise he's going to
Well, when
die.
you said about him going in first, I was like, he must be absolutely
18.
awesome.
Bowman would have been great hitter.
Zara is weak in the neck and
6
the arm.
through, that will put
It's
him
like
down.
the other super
Yes.
all I wanted you to get was about 8 or 9.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got 2, but he's just done another 6, so that will do.
We stay down here, it's safer.
Just crawl away.
Under the legs of the Saxons.
Did I just hear that?
We keep going through, we end up the wrong side, like, guys. Oh, we're in the back too. We left down the back.
No, they'll probably crawl
Oh, it's the
out.
other side of the day. It's like, what? No.
Kill them! Kill the scum!
If you can do that, fight, that's really good.
Please.
That's a no, isn't it?
19 is a no, because I've got a skill of 18.
Oh!
Clearly, what's happened is your Saxons are a bit nonplussed by the carnage at the front. Because it's fucking messy, and you've just gone down, well, you went down again, they're probably not sure if you're alive or dead, you've got a fucking really dent in your helmet. There's blood all over the place at the front, and that's pretty much one guy that's done that, and that's only the front guy, and there's quite a lot of them, so they are giving ground.
Oh, fuck! I don't want to doing that!
They haven't turned around and hidden or anything, or run away or anything, but they're giving ground. The Danes are pushing through.
So I'm back on my feet now.
Yeah, you took a bit
I'm going to be taking the front then. I'm going to be pushing past the Danes to go back to the front.
past the Saxons.
Saxons,
Yeah,
sounds like-
no,
no,
Out of the way!
English boss
Get out of the way! I want to kill your bastard.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go and kill your leader. Fuck it, just move aside, Ben. Just let me go through.
I'm going to move straight to the front.
I just see
And
imagining
start
that
shouting,
exhaust.
"Don't let them through!"
Yeah, I will go with him and be like, the big fucker's down now, and like coming out and double up with stick.
Yeah, well done. Right, you two at the front end. Let's start you.
This is where we die.
I'm going to try and inspire myself on loyalty here. Yes.
Plus 5,
Yeah,
plus
Plus 5 points for your choice.
Okay, well, something's going to be
Boating!
And I'm gonna jump you by canoe and watch me go!
I want to compose, please.
Yeah, it's risky, man. Because you're going to fuck it up at one point.
You've got to do it, mate.
I go
Story-wise.
for the loyalty to King. We have to hold this, so
Loyalty to King, yeah.
yeah, bastard.
Yeah, so plus 5 to any skill.
I have a
Yeah,
heart.
but that's a
heart! It's going then.
That's
Yeah, I did think that was over like that.
It's really weird fumble. I mean, off you go.
Only because it happens to someone else.
With the 7, that's going to be a critical.
Oh, yours is mine, mate. Oh, yeah, mine is.
No.
I have to roll like that. So, yeah, so 7.
Okay, the one
7.
against you hit, but didn't hit spectacularly, so you will do the Scottish Shield.
What's you?
28.
Ooh, that's a good hit.
Double.
Oh, yeah.
He's knocked down. They'll basically pull him out of the way. He's not dead, but he'll be channeled through to the back line. He's taken 12 points of damage in one hit, which will be a major wound and all that. What do you do?
I got 17.
Okay, that's a good hit. Well, yeah, sorry, roll your damage. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. He actually slipped in the blood.
Nice.
18.
Yeah, no! Fucking your blood all over
My
my
eyeball he slipped on.
Yeah, bastard, he's just like,
Yeah.
18 damage to the other.
Is that what they're playing hacky sack with over there?
That's an extra 5 on that. Really, that made the difference. It's like,
And all
You had a good round there, you two. You've inspired yourself, fighting in unison together, and you steadied the ship. You won against that round. Both of your guys got badly wounded against you, and you pushed back a little
yeah,
way.
I'm hoping that it's a bit more moral behind us as well.
Yeah, you've taken the step forward that they gave back, so you're back level in the thing.
Just keep them going until this is all carnage in the meat grinder.
Fighting is going on. There's every now and again you have breaks for Saxons going to the front and whatever, it moves on. You fight for about an hour. It's really quite vicious, and then they just pull back. You've lost a couple of 3 Saxons. They've lost some people, not hundreds. You certainly don't think you've broken them, but they're having a break anyway. They pull back, and then there's no talking or anything. They just get shields up and just pull back.
I think I've got a cut above my eye. There's a lot of blood. I can't see out of this eye. There's a lot of blood. I'll just take my helmet. Ow, a minute. Ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow.
Does anyone know any healing?
I think it's just smithing you want for starters.
I go over and see if I'm pulling. I don't know how his helm is, so I'm trying to pull the helm out so he can at least get it off.
I'll immediately walk over to him, have a look, and just tell him, mate, you're not taking that off.
Okay.
That's now amalgamated into your face.
No.
Yeah.
What you need is, if only it wasn't really good battle-hardened steel, you could get a pair of snips and pliers and cut it off. Sadly, it's battle-hardened steel.
I think
We can't get it off.
a good battle axe would go for that.
At least put some padding in there where the eyes burst.
Yeah. So if we can rip off some cloth or something from somewhere, we'll put some padding where we can.
It's an interesting problem. You're like, there's a dilemma. Here we've got to prize it.
No, we're not thinking about it that much.
You're having a bit of a pause. Something to take your mind
That's
off the
what I'm trying
target.
to do. I'm like pull it forward so we can get it off, and he's like, ah!
And we'll get you
no,
an
don't
axe.
move that much.
Yes. Get
Yes.
myself a fucking sword.
No, your axes, you can pick your
Oh,
axe
I
up.
moved it back.
There's a
Yeah.
shield on the ground with an axe in.
Because everyone's taken a bit of a pasting. I'm going to go around for the moment whilst we've got a breather and just see who I can give first aid to.
Yep, you can. Anyone who's taken any damage.
So,
can
you've got 2 different hits you could roll on.
Okay, first one for straw. Yes. What does first aid?
Last time we did this, I ended up getting damaged.
D3. That'll be 3
3.
for the first one, and the second, yes, will be 1.
Okay.
And
I've got 2 hits.
So those 2,
No.
remember those 2 have been first aided, so you can't have
No.
first aid on them again.
I got 1 hit because I was still healing up
Yes.
from the thing, so.
1.
Oh, that's still better than Still better than me getting hurt like last time. Why are you unconscious? Are you trying to help him?
Oh, I am unconscious.
Oh, you know.
Oh, the old battle miss count.
Oh, thump.
It's on 27 hits, but you're unconscious for 7.
7, yeah.
So I was just on it. I was on the 20, and then I took that 1 hit would have. But then I was inspired, so I guess I would have just at the end of the
Collapsed
just
afterwards.
gone bonk. I'm out.
Oh.
Okay. Well, then you carried on fighting for a bit. And,
Yeah, but then did he put the first aid on you?
Yeah, and he failed both.
I failed both.
So you're still
who
unconscious.
didn't hit you? Because
Probably.
you
I mean, realistically,
And-
So we all have a go at first aid, so if he fails, I can't
And
get
all
up
of your passions that you've inspired are all cleared as well.
Yeah, of course.
They're
You've
gone.
got a break in
It's
combat.
great.
Oh, of course.
Oh, we lose that now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Doesn't stay forever.
It is
That's
a break
okay.
in combat.
I mean, realistically, I'm convinced.
Stay in it. Let's keep
And
it.
they haven't got anyone to fight you, so they moved away.
I need a priest! I need someone! Oh, you've been healed. Yeah, let's go.
Our only saving grace is if Hrothgar could amass that army and be on his way.
Yeah,
If he comes with an army, we have some chance. Otherwise, he's right. We're going to starve him here.
I've got a little firmly.
No, I basically stuff.
It's going to be a long pork.
Well, there's a freaking eye rolling around somewhere.
No, that
Somebody would have trodden on it by now.
Yeah.
There's some Dane who's got like, that's just something he got in the tread of me boot. Check it out for us, will it?
That's how he went down.
Haven't I?
That's how that one went down. He popped his eye and slid over.
Yes. We are in trouble.
Oh, wait. It's a...
I'm glad the fighting stopped. I can finally relieve myself out of playing a bush.
So we butchered quite a few of them in front of us.
Yeah.
We could potentially pile up their bodies.
Yeah.
So at least
Like all
they've
that.
got to climb over it.
The problem with that is that turns into a push ball against us if they push it over.
It's a good old Leonidas, right?
Yeah, but he used it to push
Yeah,
it.
but we don't have to stack it so freaking high.
You can't. There ain't that many of them.
Exactly.
There's only 5.
Yeah, it's about that.
Yeah, but so if we stack them, at least then it becomes like something they've got an obstacle, which necessarily
Yeah, because
unsettles
if you
them.
let the 2 get over and then you fight them down, the others can't get down because they're on top of the other 2. But then you give them a height above you. It's not so great.
Although actually we wouldn't do that as Vikings.
I think pulling them out of the way.
No, because we're not going to be sacrilegious to any dead bodies.
No, you wouldn't really. I
We
mean,
wouldn't.
you want to beat these people through the force of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would move them out of the way though, wouldn't we? We'd move them to
Yeah,
the edge,
sure.
so they're now against the rock face.
You got to move your own dead and wounded, and there's the guy who looks like he ought to be dead.
I ain't dead and wounded is just...
The guy who looks like he ought to be dead. You're like, oh, good job. He was never good looking to start with, wasn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Kick a man whilst he's down,
I
eh?
have an appearance of 11. I would guess that's no longer that.
You
No.
think you're going to be?
Is that high?
Mine went down to 8 when I got ugly facial scarring.
I've got less face.
I didn't realise I was semi-attractive amongst the group.
Yep.
Things you realise, right? Yeah, just as we sit here together, looking at the Danes about to attack one last time and us all to die.
I realise I'm not a
I'm being a
monster.
stud. How can I take advantage of this? Oh.
Well, if you live through it, mate.
Somewhere deep in the back of my unconscious mind, it's like, now I'm unconscious, but I was made unconscious in combat, so it still counts, right? Like if you die of your wound, but your wound happens after the fight, you still go to the hell, right?
That doesn't sound very glorious.
No, it doesn't, does it? It's a bit. Oh dear, please. Yeah, you know.
I'll just have to live so I can fight more then.
Yep.
Live harder, boy! Heal, eyeball!
I
Got
will,
back out, helmet.
I would ask the priest to pray to Odin that we get a bounty of food here at some point. Because that's the only thing what gets us. It ain't gonna be them coming in, it's gonna be us starving.
Have you worshipped Odin long, my son?
Yes.
Has he ever answered your prayer with a package of food?
No.
No, nor am I. Yeah,
They must have knocked something loose for him.
clearly he's got a bit in combat or something, or he's talking.
I'll be right. I'm still, my wounds open up by the looks of this.
Your friend, he does say your friend is
Delirious.
Is delirious in some way.
Which one?
This one.
What's it done now?
He just asked the priest whether if he prayed to Odin, could Odin provide some more food?
A care package.
Oh boy.
I said a bounty of...
Because it's like Deliveroo, the Odin version. If only Odin did Deliveroo.
Yeah. Oh look! Nice basket. Don't appreciate the bow.
No, doesn't work. Okay.
That's what she says.
Okay.
You
So,
right.
take our positions again, knowing it's coming again.
So unconscious boys,
Busy being unconscious.
Yeah, so he ain't gonna be able to take
bleeding
the
from the
front.
face.
Well, you can prop him up, I suppose, but it's a bit unkind, to be brutally honest. Yeah, front is the propped up, almost dead person.
You said that Christianity was taking off.
Yeah.
They have this wonderful contraption. It looks like a piece of wood.
Yeah.
We can tie his arms up
Yeah.
and stick him at the front.
I mean, do it.
So do you two want to take the front and me coming from
I'll take the front.
back?
I am.
on
I am not having this.
I'm more uneasy that I'm now with a Saxon to my right as my second.
He's uneasy because he's heard stories about you, and the priests think you're a nutter, so he's like, I have to go next to this guy.
Yeah, I can understand it, both be uneasy.
Yeah, he's definitely like, I get to stand next to nutter.
I didn't stand actually walking.
And Half-Thumb's got a straw again. He's got a axe again.
Yes!
Yes, you
I
can.
found it!
Yeah, it's down. It's just underneath somebody's body, and it's a shield, and it's embedded in the shield, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
They're coming again?
They're coming again.
A big frothy bastard.
No, he's dead.
Oh, I didn't know if I had
They took in or used up their big frothy bastard. They're now basically just coming in sort of two abreast.
Come, Odin!
And they are coming in. Right, that lead to.
Sorry, Parker, you don't have to.
I'm going to try and inspire myself again on loyalty.
I'll do a couple of hits before
Yes.
I inspire, so 21, 15, 16.
Yep, that'll hit.
That's only 5 dice for
Yeah,
this.
make it, you -5.
Yes.
That's harsh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
No,
horrible.
if you fail
If you
it.
fail your like
Yeah, and
loyalty.
if you fumble it, you run off.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Insanity.
I won't do it this
12,
time.
13, 14, 16, 17, 19, Nick.
19, that'll be a knockdown.
Bosh! And stay down!
Nope. No chance for it. 2.
Damn it.
What did you get?
I haven't rolled my attack yet. That'll be 15.
Yep, that'll hit.
Oof.
Nice.
12. 16.
16 is 10. Okay. Yeah, they made his knockdown. They're both wounded, but they're both still fighting. Hits. Still fighting.
Oh, fun again, sorry.
Yeah, they've all
I
failed.
forgot how the system works.
They both hit. They both got crap hits.
Oh, hello. 19 plus 1 is 20. Critical, baby.
Yeah, no, he just did a normal hit. 7 and 5. So not
Right, come on. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Double.
Doubled.
34. That'll put him down.
Mine was only 11.
Yeah, that'll hit, but he's got his shield, so he's 16.
12. 17.
Okay, let's just look on through. But no, that's 12 is good enough. Right, another one will fill the gap. Another round combat.
Nice.
Oh, that's off at 20. 3.
Oh, he's hit you then.
Critical.
Oh.
Actually, I got a critical as well. I said I got 18. 18 is what I've been giving my guys as things. So it's critical, but your critical's highest. But
Yeah,
Mine, I rolled a 20.
And this means he goes to 27.
12. One's 24. 34.
34. Well, it's automatic knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be done. Right, hit on the straw. Oh, it's not those dice. 15.
15, that'll be a knockdown test. Oh, I'm on my arse. 15, you say, so that'll be 10 off the arm.
And you got oh no, you don't
Didn't get
shield,
shielding for that one. So that will be 5. Ouch. Puts me down to 10 hits remaining, and unconscious of 6. I'm like, whee! Whoop!
Okay, you one more round of that, and then I want an awareness from you, Chris. Straw. I keep rolling 11s.
Can you not?
Oh, it's not brilliant, is it? 11, 9.
Critical.
13, 14.
Okay, you both hit, and you've
Get in.
got another critical.
Right, yeah, with a skill of
You're at
27 now.
-5, aren't you?
Go for it.
because you're fighting from the ground.
Oh, yes. Yes.
14 minus 5 is less than 11, right?
Yeah.
Just checking you on 42.
42. Okay, you paled enough with your spear.
Critical. That's the thing. With a skill of 27 now, a 13 becomes a critical. It's nice.
Oh, that's nothing strong.
Good.
7 points of damage.
How many?
7.
Yeah, I think not. But now I'm back to my feet.
I passed my awareness with 8.
You heard somebody shouting, and there's a couple of Saxons behind you getting spears thrown at them. And you look up, and there's some people coming down the hillside.
Freaking hell, I was worried about them even being able to get out there. So,
I thought the hillside was like that. Nice and
I shouted
rugged.
like bulbs it ready.
There's clearly a path.
Bastards.
I'm guessing I can't. They're coming down, but how steep is it?
It is quite steep. What they've done is basically there's some people coming down, and then the people on the top will throw in spears to sort of create some disruption for when these guys come in.
So if we went out like the south way, we get around to stop them getting up there. Do you think we can?
No, that'd be too far. You basically just you can turn some Saxons round to defend against these
Okay,
guys.
I'll shut out. So look, they're coming from above over there.
Okay, so people now forming another shield wall there behind against these guys coming in there. Parker, give me another battle roll.
Set
The
me up on
unconscious
front
person.
and do a weekend at Parkies.
Why do you think the first spear went on while you're laying on the floor?
Battle roll.
In the other eyes.
Yeah, made one of those.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, fine. People are holding and moving around. They're forming a little shield wall to defend against this. I thought, without obvious Thermopylae things, you might have thought about the goat track. But,
I did think about that, but when we said about going in, he's like, oh, that's steep, and all this like, oh.
yeah. Sure. Right, they've opened a new front. Okay, so combat goes. Let's have another round of combat. Everybody's up. Stick is on fire, practically.
Just 18 now.
Ooh, 17. One of his critical 6.
Bastard.
Almost got 6 as well. Didn't do it.
Right, guys.
That's not very good. 9. That's nothing.
Clang.
12.
That's 2 through, so that's not going to significantly bother him, right?
Bastards.
Another round of combat.
Another one.
Yeah, why not?
Well, why not?
Critical.
9 and 10.
7.
There's your spearman over here, he's slaughtering them.
36.
He's slaughtering them, that's
Everyone going on the left is just going down. Everyone going on the right.
You
oh,
have killed several people in it's like time is moving slowly for you, and as they come forward you're watching them and you're like, there's a gap there, spear here, or spear here, whatever. You just keep finding the points and you just push
I'm
your forward.
absolutely furious. I've seen what they've done to my friends.
What they're still doing to your friends is just sadly their combat rolls aren't that good. 13.
Doink.
Still getting there. Right, okay. Oh well, fuck it, another round.
Not down.
Now. No.
Right.
Oh no, hold on. That was equal to my size.
7?
Hey.
Ninja.
Hold on, I'm going Spire this time. For honor! Made it the one.
I was like, it's gone quiet. Oh no!
I was trying to work out.
Don't fail,
She's bouncing, run away.
So, skill is now 26, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, critical.
Mm-hmm. You get
11.
Yeah, you beat me. 9 and 10, man, but yeah.
Thank God for this freaking
12,
inspiration.
24.
Yeah, man.
He's got his shield up. It's not actually going to kill him, but it will knock him down. And you've got roll damage.
Not amazing.
Finally,
11.
your arm is really starting to ache. It's hard work pushing this spear through a heavily armed Norseman.
Oh, here he goes. He's going to start stinging us for -5s for tiredness.
No, not just yet. You're now in it. You've got a couple of Saxons fighting alongside you in a line against these Saxons coming down. Okay?
Yeah, so I was going to say I'll know what and then come in to help
Yeah.
do that from.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. So I'll do some combat with you against Saxons as well. Okay. Oh God.
Oh god.
That's only 11.
It's more than my 4. Or
Thanks,
I
Nick.
could have done better than that, but there you go. I have to start cheating at dice rolls.
That's the way to do it.
That's 20.
20 is a good hit.
That's what
It will
scored
knock
it to
him
me
down.
for the game I had the
He's
most
got
fun
his
with.
shield up, so it's okay. Do another round with you, and then we'll pause and have a think.
Oh, it's a fucking one. It's
Oh.
3.
12.
The one's a pass, but still.
13.
You can get a shield.
Yeah, shield up. Nothing.
Okay.
Just do.
Right, we will do straw. You can do a battle roll because Parker's unconscious, so we'll do a battle roll.
That's the worst part, most of us.
Yes.
What'd you get?
5.
Now, isn't that a happy coincidence? That's exactly what I got. Lots of pushing either way. Actually, you are killing more of them, but they've got more men.
Yeah.
So it is.
But we're not losing ground.
You're not losing ground. No, it's very much neck and neck. It's.
We hold.
You know, although they're having men die, they're still fighting, and they're still loyal enough to their lord that you know they're doing it. Because you've got to bear in mind, Olaf is a prince of the Danes. He is a Dane. These are his men. You know.
They will die for it.
What I do-
He never claimed to be a Geat. That was his missus.
What I do in here is shields up and like people getting stabbed and there's like a death pit out the bottom of this cavern.
Okay, another couple of rounds of combat at the front with you two, and then we'll do them.
Very cool.
Oh, wait, now.
12 still?
No. I've got I'm under 12.
Okay, I've got a shield against you. I succeeded, but I didn't do anything special. What'd you get?
38.
He's put him down.
I'm loving this critical.
Yeah.
I'm just dreading that I'm going to freaking fumble
16.
my next inspiration, man.
How many? Sorry?
16.
16. That's exactly on all my armour and shield. But it's not down. Way! Not this time, bucko.
Right. Okay, we'll do one more round, and then they're going to do something else. 13 for you, Straw. 15 for you.
Critical.
Critical.
Okay, no, don't worry about it. Right, another round. No, it's a bit harsh, isn't it?
6 and 8, 9, 11, 12,
Think about maybe
15,
upgrading
13,
them a little bit.
30.
Yeah, you put the 26.
Only got to hold off for like another week, right?
We don't know how long it's gonna
They
be.
are going to be pulling back now. They've lost. There's been concentrated carnage. You two are shattered.
Water!
You will be on negatives soonish, but in a glorious sort of half hour of carnage, you've killed a lot of people.
But then if they're pulling back, they're only pulling back from where we were. Because they're trapped in the other side, aren't they?
Yeah, no.
So we need to go over there and deal with
I
them.
know, that's what we see. Because they've got the potential to overlap because they're coming down a path, so they could jump down, they could throw spears from the top, etc. They can use the numbers better there. Depending on how many people they send through, that's what I'm waiting for Chris to come back. And it's not fair killing while he's not get.
Nah. Of course not.
Well, is it?
Well, no, I think it's perfectly reasonable to let him die honourably since he's actually using a proper weapon now.
Because they were coming down. You can shoot them.
I know, there was a time there, but he could have actually used bow and arrow by you. I think they'd have got a lot of armour in, but.
Because the arrow's going up, it's slower, isn't it? It doesn't penetrate as far.
Yeah, it doesn't come in as hard.
Well,
Are you going to become conscious at any point soon?
I don't know. Probably not. I need like 1 hit point back. and
I
I'm
will
back in the game.
basically see if this attack in the coming down the thing fails, then there'll be a pause and then you can come back. I just want to
There'll be a pause because we'll all be dead.
We're going out in glorious battle.
Well, you've killed a lot of Danes, particularly you with your spear. But there's a lot of Danes now died there.
He also took out a big guy, technically.
He's been very heroic. Right, you and your Saxons are facing this attack coming down from above. They're sort of pushing a bit harder now. Also, there is the point that they haven't got anywhere to go. The others can retreat, but these lot can't, so they've got to push in. So they're fighting against you lot all, and they sort of pick it up a bit, and they're fighting against you. And you've got 2 Saxons at the minute against them, but there's numbers. It's going to go about 5 and 5.
5, yeah.
They've got enough people to put a second row in. Okay.
Alright.
I'm just doing some rolls. Okay.
I got 7 on my first roll.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, sorry, stay there.
I'm exhausted. I can't even lift the dice.
19.
Okay, he's basically taking the shield. Now, he does a bit through, but it's going through. He will knock him down. Nope, it won't knock him down. Right, next round. Yeah, it's sort of middling. A couple of you win, a couple of them win.
13.
18?
You'll at least get your shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taking a rather long time, actually.
It's working shit out,
Well,
mate.
it's 18, isn't it?
Oh, you said that's a crit, didn't you?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Skill.
That's right. There was a big number and then there was a small number. And
There is one small number, yeah, there's a 1 over here, mate, but there's 17 with those 3.
Where's your
Oh.
invisible dice, Nick?
I didn't bring it because I'm being nice to you, like 36, Chris.
Oh! My!
Ouch.
No.
That's going to be
Right.
20 through.
You've got your shield in, mate.
I got my shield in, but there's 23 and I am dead.
You are dead.
Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're already wounded, weren't you?
Yeah, I was on 14. All that battle, I was only on 14.
Oh!
That was with one healing that sick came in as well.
See you on about how, motherfucker?
Yeah. At least I died with in battle.
Not dead,
Come
dead.
with the bow in your hand.
Oh no, then I'm
He's dead.
0-0
He's
dead.
dead.
20 is
He can't be dead.
Yeah, because you
Thank you, you finally got there.
Fuck's sake.
such a cunt. Everyone's
Yeah, I died in glorious battle. I redeemed myself for what I did.
That doesn't mean you're going straight to Valhalla, mate.
Died in glorious
Just
combat.
doesn't matter. It's for the Valkyries to decide whether,
Oh, yeah.
whether they think it's glorious enough for them to take him to Valhalla.
But did they factor in other?
Even if I was,
Combats.
even if I was,
Yeah, I was just like, don't
having made me
fucking
unconscious and
murdering
down.
children.
The last thing you see as the axe falls is there's an impression of a woman. And you just see the impression of this woman and she just whispers in your ear, says, come with me.
She doesn't go.
Yeah. All your past stuff.
Right, hold on, I've just got my checklist here. Guiding balance combat, yeah. Have you got your sword in your hand? Oh no, spear. Oh, sorry.
With his
Have you got
weapon.
any children? Oh,
No, his last
Oh,
thing
okay.
was...
Very warm where you are.
Right, let me do another one.
said, and choose the slain. You're going to be fucking riding around above us at the moment, going, oh boy.
There's a bit of a noise now behind, and turning around, you can see that the Saxons who were trying to stop them coming down are buckling, and your buddy looks like he's down.
Hold that line! And like pushing some people into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Try to drag him out.
Okay. He's bad. He's been hit quite vigorously. Right. Okay. Do me a battle roll.
Yep.
Right. They're moving more Saxons in.
And I'll be part of that.
You will be on -5.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
And obviously the inspiration goes away, doesn't it? Because we've had taken a break.
Yeah, and also you actually have to get your -5.
So you're on
for
one
charging.
front and I'm on the other front.
Yeah. We have
I'll
to
be
know.
back any minute. I'm just healing at the moment.
It's not going to be a critical anymore with the -5.
Oh, I was going to say it would have been.
No, so that will be
You're effectively -10.
15.
Sorry.
16.
You both hit, but I've got shields to both of you.
Yeah? No, because it goes up to 21 -5.
Let's
Can
move
you
it
roll
down.
19?
Yeah. Plus 2 goes to 21.
Oh, I see.
But it can't be a critical come -5. It goes
Oh,
to 16.
sorry, I thought if you rolled over it is a miss.
No.
Because I can't roll under. I can't roll over it. I've got 22.
No, the joys of having a high skill and it's impossible to miss, yeah. We do remember all of that. Until your GM starts giving you negatives.
Yeah.
14.
14, again, it's a tough fight. You know, an hour sees you on. The people on the hill, they're not wiped out yet, coming down the side. They've sort of withdrawn. They're taking a break. But your Saxons, you've lost a sort of good dozen of your Saxons by now. Probably the ones coming down actually did more. Perhaps they were running downhill, they had more damage, whatever. You know, they certainly seem to have some sort of power behind a bit.
Have
more
we
power
got
behind.
anyone? Have you had a healer go over and look at him yet?
Yeah, the priests had basically put him under the tree and they said, we'll see, but I think his soul's gone. And they don't know what to do with your friend. They need to take that helmet off.
Then take it off. No matter how.
Okay.
I think he's already lost the eye.
Okay.
So it has to come off. Take it off. Just
That's probably what will wake me up.
What makes it doing this is that two people are lifting it. Like,
Trying to hit off your face with a little mallet.
a big mallet.
Sledgehammer.
Just trying to think how you would actually do that without. I mean, sure, if you had a welding torch or something, yeah, fine. But even that'd hurt. But at least they'd get the fucking thing off. But without a welding torch.
If it's a solid piece of metal, that's what I mean. If it's like wooden with metal supports, you could probably start.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No,
Depends
I'm
on the
thinking-
style of the helmet, like
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Well, you're on fairly heavy armour, aren't you?
Yeah, but if it's like a helmet with like eye guards and the eye guard is smashed in,
Yeah, they might just
then
get
they
cut
could
it through.
probably.
hurt him,
He's
would it?
not going to be pretty.
No, I know,
when
this
he
is it. 'Cause, I mean, he's had an axe in the side of
Yeah,
his
I
head.
mean, he's lost the eye and he is horribly scarred.
Yeah, it matters about what helmet. They would try and pry it and maybe get something like a brick next to him as close as possible and then try and lever it up to release it as they pop it off.
It's in the middle, the gap is here, it's not. They'd have to.
I'm trying to imagine what he would have
I
had.
know, it's an interesting. There you go, loyal viewers. Here's your sort of postcard, please. Parker gets hit so hard in the helmet that with an axe that it's embedded in his skin.
On the
How?
head.
And how, using only medieval tools, are you going to remove that helmet without actually sort of killing him in the process?
As a scientist, I'm a firm believer in experimental design.
I like the idea of a hacksaw, but you know.
To tell you the truth, they might
go get a helmet.
take it off.
Amputation, remove the head.
No, that's what the hacksaw would be for. Cut through there, and then you can pull the head down like that, I think.
And then
I like the
open
idea
has
of
it, pretty
hammer and just hammering it
Oh.
in the very coat. You don't completely mush his face up and just bank.
Well, the thing is, we told them to take it off. We didn't tell them how.
I know, that was it. And they're like, right, okay, we've got a smith.
I'll just see him grabbing your feet and then somebody grabbing it and just yanking it and grips through the skin.
Yeah, basically, you will come round. You are in a massive amount of pain. They bandage you up. You can vaguely,
My eyes, got a lot of blood in it. I can't see. I don't know why.
you can vaguely see out of the good eye because you basically your head is swathed in bandages.
I'm like, it's like Odin's imparting some wisdom to you.
Roll for damage from. Oh right,
Just take
good
it
to know.
off.
No, because he's in
so
that
you've got any
horrible
booze?
position where he doesn't actually want to be hit.
So you've got any booze?
Oh yes, they'll provide you with some meat.
Oh, that's
Some
what it
meat
was.
for you
A
if
drunk
you need.
fight.
Start the next fight. I'll be the first man in.
First man out.
First man down.
First man in, first man out.
Right, I'll do one more.
Fucking Ufco. Fucking, I'll go down for 5 minutes and Ufco gets killed. Bastard.
I would say it's about 3 hours.
It's been a while. The Danes are not pushing back the front now. The ones who are on the hill are sort of stopped where they are. They've withdrawn back a little way, but they're not fighting. And the ones at the front gate aren't fighting. At the minute, you're having a breather, which is really nice. Helmet off, water, beer, whatever. You know, you're just relaxing a bit and sitting down and, you know.
Sharpening the axe. I'm pretty sure it's getting blunt by now.
Yeah, you'll be on the
Same.
next spear. You want a
Yeah.
different spear, Ed, I would think.
All them ones they threw into the valley. you can pick
It's the
one of
same
them up.
spear, mate. It's had 3 new heads, 2 new handles.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say, if only we knew somebody who used a spear who died recently, there might be a spare spear lying around somewhere. Better used, one careful over.
Yeah, I will go take it.
Thanks.
I will
He
go
was
take it.
very well looked after, Spear.
One careful loader.
It'd be an honour.
The Danes on the hillside say, we'll siege you the valley. They're not going to come through that door anymore. You've broken the heart then. You will have on our honour, we won't come back into this valley.
them walk, then our owner has to.
Yeah.
We can't kill innocent people or non-combatants.
And leave.
Okay, they turn around. I mean, they all climb out of the way. There's some of them are wounded, but yeah, the ones at the front are. Looking at them, you would guess they're not going to attack. Body language and that. You look at them, and as you can see somebody talking to them, you can see somebody pointing at in your direction, and there's not a great deal of movement. There's not a great deal of blokes going, yes, we can do this. Dun, 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 dun,
Stop
dun.
banging the shield.
It's quiet. It's quiet, and there's this sort of...
Yep, start banging the shit.
You're trying to inspire them to come back at you.
No.
So,
Well, we're trying to inspire the
Saxons
Saxons to actually feel some sense of victory, or semblance of victory at least.
they do. I mean, Olaf doesn't come back to talk to you, but they do then retire off for the. And it's not night. It's well before night, but they're retiring.
So we just have to hope that Hrothgar makes it through now. I'll go and sit by Hrothgar and talk to him, you know.
Great. As he wanders off with the Valkyries, it's like, well, I wish you be friend, because now you're gone. I'm going to be a shit one of the group.
Oh, wow! Hey, look, Nick, that's not fair. That's shit.
Burn!
Yeah, I'm so good at insulting multiple people at once.
That is the way to do it, you know, clearly. Why insult one person when you could insult two?
That's pretty good coming, actually.
On the bright side, your family didn't get wiped out. You only got 4 hearts, which meant you had a bit of damage, but nothing
Yeah,
much.
my boy and daughter.
Yeah, that's a good picture for them to have been damaged, like his Jack.
How was that what you got? I never said it.
Got Jack, your store got a 10.
And that's probably because he cut the cards incorrectly.
Yeah.
Carry cards, man. Yeah.
On the bright side, I thought you might get an ace, which meant your missus would have found another bloke. That would have been quite amusing.
Hi, I'm home! What's that arse banging up and down on my wife? What the?
Yes, this is why I do that.
Castrate him immediately.
Unfortunately for my kid though, he's got the name of Olaf. No.
Oh dear. Why he's dead then?
Give me Olaf the good.
Olaf, the kid.
And the other one can be Olaf the cunt.
Oh, better than that Alexander the mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 14.
Is that how we coming back?
He would have went to war if
We have to wait.
You send one of the Saxons up a bit and have a look, and also another one to block that path they come over and see, and you say, yeah, you stick 2 men up here, they won't come up here. They pull back, they're making camp half a mile up the road.
They're waiting.
They're waiting for something.
Yeah.
They know why we're here. There's only one reason we would be here.
And he says there's actually really quite a lot of them. There's a good, probably 500.
You haven't got enough spears.
Yeah, as I throw loads down.
Wait, Copsicle, shut the fuck up!
He is laid out in the copse, you know, and he put his arms on his chest and whatever, and his spear in his hand, and he's lying there in state.
We can't go desecrating
No, that
sacred
would be
ground.
unkind. Leave him
No, I mean sacred ground, but we would in some way bury him. Do we not?
You shouldn't bury. No, I mean they're only burying because it's you know it's not easy burning bodies. You need the right materials and everything.
Also burning next to the ancient trail.
Anyway, at the moment he's just bound up and left in states. There's nothing we can do.
There appears to be some desecration wanting to go on.
If we could chop down one of these trees.
That big one, ugly old bastard.
And then we can burn him. Yeah.
Dry as
Great.
fuck, right?
How are you feeling?
What? Yeah, I'm alive. I can tell because it hurts so much.
I know your wife's going to feel about your new look.
No.
It hurts to laugh.
It hurts to everything. Fuck.
Now we wait.
You have a restless night. I mean, well, you two don't. You're so exhausted. You
Knackered.
sleep.
I just passed out immediately.
You are shattered, and it's like, should we take where you don't need somebody else can take a watch you fought on the line all day. So yeah, you two are exhausted. Parker, you are, you know, you're still in a lot of pain and stuff. You know, you're on booze, but it's not nice. So you know, you're just waiting. Morning arrives. You know, you've got watchers up the sides now, and they're like, well, they're still all there.
Oh, I'm sore. When's the last time we fought all day?
Can't recall it.
Ah.
By about, food and water aren't brilliant. You know, you've got a bit of water here. There's a bit of food, but there's not a lot. I mean, there's less people now, so there's that. But you know, it's not good food and water. And the watcher goes, there's someone coming, there's some people coming, there's a lot of people coming.
What, down the path? Okay, let's go.
No, the other side.
What,
The other side. The other side. I think
Oh, the side.
your flag, Hrothgar's flag, is that a hammer with wings?
Yeah.
There's a hammer with wings and a lot of people behind it.
Yes!
Yes!
They're forming lines. They're forming lines. Yeah, they're forming lines. Olaf isn't just going to let him through. Forming lines.
Let's get them from the back.
We're gonna have to hit him from behind.
Yeah, yeah. Let's fuck them up.
Yep.
Right up there. I don't like it up them.
No, they don't.
So I've heard.
Right, okay, we can do.
We're gonna use him with his helmet on as a battering ram.
I'm not putting it back on. I'm not putting it back on.
No, you're not. I mean, when you look at what they cut it to shit to get it off. No, you know, they use saws and stuff.
I also think that seeing you come towards someone would be fucking frightening.
Oh, mate, that's your fans.
You're bandaged.
Oh my god, Cthulhu's real!
Raw, bits of flapping around.
No, you're bandaged, okay? They could have hands with a bandage. You know, they bandage you and you've got a little chink.
I now have an inordinate amount of respect for him. Seeing him with his weapon, his shield and bandage. He's still going for it.
Yeah,
I'm going to do this.
An inordinate amount of respect, my friend.
Thanks.
Look up to the scout that's keeping an eye on things. It's about started.
The lines are just about to crash, yep.
Let's
Let's go.
get our ponies.
Just keep it quiet. No.
Get there quicker and then just get off them.
You've got
It's going
35
to take
men with you.
quicker to get
Also,
there.
we'll
Get on,
have to-
get off.
It's only just up there. Come on.
It's half a mile away.
Let's go.
Jog, jog, jog.
Okay.
Keep very quiet, or as quiet as we can. So.
I mean, they will turn, but they haven't got time to do a proper line against you. Somebody notices you, like, fuck, damn.
Oh, I'm on the two-handed axe now.
Yeah.
Oh!
They have noticed you.
What's that? Morning! It's us again!
Turn shield wall. Okay, right, this is the last stand of the Danes. Because they have got, there's quite a lot of Frisians and even some Geats to the front of them.
Nice.
Hrothgar's got some people here.
Right. I'm less concerned about my armour because we've done here what we were going to do. I will hate Danes.
Okay?
Fucking Danes, motherfuckers! You took my fucking son! You did this! You fucking fucks!
Did you just fail? You hate Danes?
Please
No,
say
my
it's
one.
one.
I wouldn't
thought
made
you
on
say
it.
it was one.
I don't hate you that much. Do I hate you?
Fucking dice!
He did say once I'm dead, you'd have been a shit one.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else want to inspire after that little
I might
experiment
try to do
about
everything, right?
how not to get
I'm going to hate Danes as well. I mean, come on!
Solidarity with my loser friend.
I'm gonna go loyalty king.
Okay.
I mean,
No.
oh! I'm like, come on! We'll take them all! Come on, lads!
Do it as that. Can we understand?
Come on!
Yeah, right.
Come on!
That's what when he said -5, but what he said was yours still standing. It's just -5, but you don't.
You're not exhausted anymore on the bright
Only
side.
affected
So-
the
Now obviously I don't get my bonus
Too
of
little
plus 2,
part,
so I can
the
roll
anger part of my brain.
over it.
Clearly.
Go!
Right, charge. Well, you get into combat. You're fighting them peoples again. So
Gosh!
straw.
Right.
19. Normal human skills.
28.
16. Please no.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit! 6, 6, 6, 6, 12,
6 is a 66.
It's got to be 18 at least. Come on. Let me help you with that.
25, 26.
Double.
52.
Oh.
Yeah, you cut somebody in half. Parker.
14.
7. That will hit me.
Bonk. 12.
Yeah, he's
Bonk.
bonk.
Very, very, very mediocre 3.
Ooh. You haven't been hit yet, have you?
Nope.
Good.
You spawny fuck!
Well, no,
See, always said no hit.
Was that critical?
Yeah.
Oh! Dead.
That's a rubbish critical roll. 22.
Yeah.
That's not
So,
bad, isn't it?
yeah, that's going to
Pretty
be,
fucking bad.
yeah, it's going to be 6 through.
Yeah, but for a critical, you know,
Yes.
11 points
No,
damage.
I stay up.
Okay.
Fuck you, I've got a job to do.
Yeah, fine. That was 3 rounds of combat, and then we'll see how they're doing. Okay. So that's round 1. Second round, straw. That's rubbish. You're going to beat that. Parker, you're probably going to beat that. It's not too bad.
Only 14.
Yeah, 6 against you.
Oh, lovely.
Best has a freaking 04 anyway.
Yeah, not any pluses now, are we?
Okay.
No, but Nick still freaking beats it.
I didn't roll. I rolled quite well against you two.
26.
That will knock somebody down. That will put him out of the battle. Parker, 12.
Beats my 10.
Ooh. And I've got 15 against it.
Against
Can I
me?
hit you on Parker?
Yeah, that beats me. And
Yes.
13.
I'm a 10.
16 doesn't go through.
That's still not down, so that's still not down 9.
Oh, that's a lot, Stick.
I fell over.
Isn't this what this kept happening in Penrith?
20.
I was thinking, put some springs on my arm.
20, okay.
Yeah,
46.
Got all those through there.
Oh, you're another -5 if you fall over, right?
Yeah.
I go down.
Okay, so you two are fighting at another -5.
The Saxons are doing better.
Yeah, I know, right?
Another -5 from the ground, yeah.
Yeah, -5 from the ground. Right, third round of combat. Straw, 11.
12.
Oh dear, I can say I'll be relying on you beating me. You keep
Great.
inspired.
No.
4, Parker.
12. I get up.
I'm
I managed to hit him.
Yeah, again, you'll be knocking people down with that sort of thing.
13.
It's you fought your way to your feet.
Fucking fucks!
Fucking hell, with 8, I actually hit.
Yeah. Again, you'll fight your way to the ground. You're inspired. You're still sort of inspired. You're not really, but you are inspired by the battle.
18.
Straw battle roll.
I tell you.
One who's inspired. I would be fast, but he's not sure what he's doing at the minute.
Critical!
Yeah, boy!
Okay, you're attacked from the back. They weren't expecting that. Clearly, the people at the back were the ones who were the most tired or the wounded or something, and you're just cleaving through the ones at the back. Despite the fact you're already actually in when you're doing these two, but they're all cleaving through, all 3 of them, and your Saxons are
Meet in the middle, high-five.
We haven't gone and started this fight when they haven't actually moved in the
No, you can hear it. You can hear the noise. It's only, there's 500 of them. It's only like about 10 ranks or something. You can hear them, and you can every now and again you can see combat coming from the other side of this body of men. There's a big fight going on.
Just
in
keep
front.
looking for the flag.
Yeah.
That's our target point.
Yeah, you're pushing forward. You're doing well. You're cleaving in, and there is actually now, for the first time since you've been here, you've seen Danes running away. Some of these ones at the sides are now leaving because your line wasn't really long enough to have been rattled, but they're leaving. You've got a fighting wedge coming in like this, and they're piling out. You've got Danes now who are barreling out of both sides. Do me another couple of rounds of combat, and then if you succeed in that, you'll beat me and somebody.
No bonuses, but
Ooh, that's good.
So I'm going to be great.
17.
18.
Oh,
Critical! Motherfucker! Shit. 16.
18. 28.
16 for the armor. That will leave me.
12.
12. Ooh. Right, well, I'm automatically knocked down. 12.
I'm not going to roll 2 18s in a row, Parker. What's the chances of that?
I don't know, but probably.
Actually, I can see an 18. But the
was
number
on
showing
top.
on the top is the 5.
Hey, I beat with a 12. Haha!
Yes, if I just rolled slightly more, it would get an 18.
You always see like a couple of dice and you go, oh, that's really good, you're alright. 17.
It's knocking people down or winning combat, which is the thing. 6.
I'm on 11.
9.
Amazing. So 9, 11, 14.
Yeah, again, not a mighty hit, but you're slowly winning ground. You're winning the combat. Are you conscious?
You're
Are
dead.
you alive?
Oh, you're dead. Oh, because you'd already taken hits.
What? Who said?
2 points. 2 points over.
Half done said.
Got 26 hits in total. I've just taken 28 in total. So.
Don't. Right.
Half done said. Half done's not dead, is he? Half done said, Dave.
That would be
Girl says, no, he's not dead, is he?
Another round of combat for you two survivors, and then we'll do another battle on this. And we'll see what goes.
I was expecting you to.
No, I took,
Rubbish.
I'd already taken a 12 hit, plus
You
a
shouldn't have
5
any
hit.
problems there, boys.
I might do.
I got a 2 and a 4.
I actually might not.
Wow, 5. Fucking mediocre 10 damage.
Stick battle roll from you, please.
I have done 5.
You succeeded in your battle roll.
No, battle roll. This one. That was your hit roll.
Battle roll? That is a battle roll.
Yeah.
No, battle roll.
Battle
Only
is skill battle,
skill.
which is like your 10
Oh,
what to
okay.
do and how to fight.
No.
Fuck,
By
missing one.
Okay, let me do a battle roll for my lot. I need to do some of these battles. So.
Yeah, combat roll, battle roll.
They're sort of holding. Right, so the front rank. How about so that one? They're definitely winning at the front. They're definitely winning at the front. And the problem you've got is why they're not running away from you is because they're being forced back into you. So that's why your battle roll hasn't succeeded in them fleeing, because they're being forced back into you and you're holding your ground, but there's nowhere for them to go now because they're clearly losing on the front. Forced back into your wedge.
In a weird way, that's good, because it means
It's sort
they're
of-
going to be wiped out, which...
Yeah, it'd be better if they, or no, if you'd stood in a bit, maybe the problem you've had is you had a wedge, but he was the point of your wedge. So now it's sort of, you've got more wall,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's
There's nowhere for them to go.
They're trying to retreat into your...
Right, another couple of rounds of combat then, and then we will see what happens. Oh, that's not good.
I say you didn't get it wrong. You
Yeah, you can have that. 7.
I'm okay with that.
I've got 20 against Parkinson.
17. No, you got 20 against me.
Yeah.
Oh, then...
So, no, he's not inspired.
Oh!
18 is the hit. We know 18 is their skill because we've got
so...
3 critical.
I think he was 22 and then
17 points of damage.
Yeah, okay, still winning.
And you've killed them.
I rolled an 8.
Correct.
Sorry, 10.
Yeah, that's it. That's what criticals do, don't they?
Yep.
Not amazing. 7, 9, 11.
I mean, look at my guys. You killed with criticals. Right, one more round of combat each.
At least you know how to go rescue your family now.
Yeah, fuck them. Didn't like him anyway, cunts.
I've got a reason we're against you, but I don't know if I bother
14.
Parker. No, I didn't bother
I'm
Parker.
rolling well, but...
I got a 15 stick.
That will hit me.
16 points of damage.
Ooh, that's a good hit against you as well, I'm afraid. That's 20. 2 6s, 2 4s.
Don't let me be the one who lasts. Right from the start, I'm like, glorious death in combat, and now I'm stealing it. Fucking look at
Then
you
I'll
guys.
take a knockdown test. I fall down.
Okay, right.
Where's that fucking Valkyrie?
Parker,
Roll
damage.
damage.
Halfway to you.
Yeah, out of 25.
You got 83 unconscious now.
Yeah, made it. Yeah.
Not so many, mate.
Okay, basically,
Actually, not much of
Yeah.
what you get, you know, he got the woman whispering in his ear saying, "Come to me." You get a woman's voice in your ear, but it's a different woman, and she says, "You're not going anywhere, you fucker. You owe me."
Oh.
And you cough. You can hear a cough coming from the floor. You don't know he was dead because it's the middle of combat. He looked like he was dead. He took a fucking meaty blow and he went down and he's just coughed.
I completely forgot all about that.
You two still standing, you know, you're banging up, you just gone down, you pull him back up again, you put your arm, you pull him back up again, and the Danes are thinning in front of you. And you're like, they're thinning. And then you can see Hrothgar's shield wall. And Hrothgar, his banner is there, and it's literally arm's reach. And you just like drop your arms, you're exhausted. You lifted him up. You're both very badly wounded, and he comes rushing through and embraces you. And his men are just sort of fanning out, and the Danes they're throwing down weapons.
How far is the ground?
Olaf's dead.
Oh,
Who killed him?
Died in the fight. They're not sure. Olaf died. He died in the front rank. He died leading his men. But he's dead, and he went down. He's got quite a lot of wounds on him. Went down. Danes are throwing weapons down. There's some survivors. A lot of them are dead. This was a messy one. This wasn't one of you lose a dozen men, you surrender. There's maybe 25 Danes left alive. You've got about 8 or 9 of your Saxons left.
Wow.
It's fucking slaughter.
And 3 of us left. Just about.
The stench of shit and blood.
Unless he probably was all down dying
Organs.
glory. It's just
On the bright side, you do get to set them up in Valhalla.
Yeah.
I know, I did think that. I thought all sorts of I know Straws not going to go to Valhalla.
I don't know how you did it. You've still got it in you, my friend.
Right, let's get this fucking crowned. Get the fucking shining out of this little shit.
And that's where we're going to leave it. Now let's leave the potential, because you've got Straw and can you ever find there's his family, there's the debt he owes, there's the woman overseas. God, he's got enough stories to carry on this for fucking decades. Your family aren't destroyed, so your son can carry on the line.
14 out of the moment.
14's now, don't we?
Yeah.
Besides, 14 was the last time you did it, which is a year and a half.
Oh no, he was 13. I added a year from.
14 is
Yeah,
bad.
because that's when I wanted to take him, we didn't.
Basically, it's victory for us!
Chip, chip, here we go. Pip, pip.
Yeah, with minus losses of 1 companion.
Well, as I said,
Gloriously in combat, man.
anyone else would have also died gloriously in combat, but yes, there was the small fact that
I
somebody
forgot
owes
all about
a
that.
spirit a debt.
Yeah, ball bags.
Possibly, she might argue, 2 debts now, because she's just
Oh, that's not.
brought you back to life.
Well, what can we say? Thank you, Nick.
So little baby Hrothgar gets crowned, right?
Yeah, it all works, yes. Hrothgar will take the crown, he makes it clear to the Frisians that this is a regency. And he says, he turns around to his people and he says, to the Geats, I'm proud of you. You are true followers of my father. You ignored, thank you, Jane. You ignored the lies. You were followers of my father. My father will be proud of you. I am proud of you. Let us rebuild this country. To my Frisians, thank you for your support. I'm afraid, my friends, we have wars ahead of us because we have Franks to kill. We have an alliance with the Saxons. But
Cheese is a cheese.
it's all good, and there will be such a feast.
Well,
We'll do the coronation, and then we ride to the capital, and there will be the feast to end all feasts.
we will tell him the 3 loyal manners that we came across.
Strangely, we are finding lots of loyal manners. You would be amazed how many times we've seen our flag. All you have to do is lead 500 Frisians past them, and they're all out there waving the flags.
Yeah.
Spooky.
But these people were loyal to
Yeah.
you even when their flags were not flying.
Don't worry, we will keep track of the people we deserve rewarding. And with that, he does put his arms around. He sort of gives you a group hug. The people who deserve.
And squeezes him. Ow, ow,
Oh!
If only we had plastic surgeons.
Don't squeeze too hard, all the goo will come out the top of my head. Empty out like a giant zip.
Well, there
What's
you
the
go.
chances of him surviving? Like,
I mean, realistically,
the
not, I don't know. But, I mean, it's a game. So,
Yeah, it's a game.
But
As I
realistically,
said, the good thing about dying heroically, which you did, your son will be rewarded. because he will be rewarded because his father died heroically. So he will get some sort of material reward, and furthermore, his status will be improved.
Sweet.
And furthermore, when you play him, it will be perfectly natural for you to join in with the comrades of your father. It's just that they will keep taking the piss about you being a kid.
Yeah, because I'm
And
pretty
the fact,
sure
and
you.
the fact that your father was just a fucking peasant.
Ooh,
No, we wouldn't say that to
No,
him, but
that's
fucking well,
No, the funny thing is, you take the piss out of the person to their face. They're kids. Oh no, that's different. Like
Yeah.
they're a kid. Oh, your dad was the best. We loved him. We called him a cunt. We loved him. He was the best.
Yeah, but it's just, when he actually kills a proper person, oh, unlike your father, you can kill actual warriors.
that's the worst thing.
So there you go.
Right.
The third part, the final part, possibly not the final part for now. Thanks, Nick. It's been
Right.
Amazing.
Fun.
so much fun, and you learn stuff. It's a bit of history as well.
Yeah. Apparently you can survive an axe to the face.
Well, you won't. We'll
Don't try
find,
that at home, kids.
we'll find out. I've got an axe in the shed. So,
Don't forget to.
no, you've got to say goodbye and everything. Thank everybody for.
Thanks
I know
everyone.
it's been such a long time since you've been on film.
Hope you've had a wonderful
Not
time.
them, you twat! Again, thank you, Nick, for running that.
Yeah.
Stick, Chris, twatbag, thank you for turning up and playing. Now you can do it.
Don't forget to raid and pillage if you like raiding and pillaging. If you don't like raiding and pillage, you don't have to love raiding and pillage. We would like you raiding and pillage.
And until next time, stay raiding and pillaging!
I just see the disclaimer now. Please do not.
Do not try this at home.
Do not try raiding and pillaging at home.
Just
Nick, do you want to just press the button?
Some suburb just like, I'm going to raid my neighbour.